what's your plan B?
If you're drinking,
don't drive.
Okay, here we are. The moment has arrived. The Plan B Regional Bash final between the Lake Attack and the ACT Aces. And we've got our two captains here. We've got Reese from the Aces and we've got Adrian here from the Mac Attack. Reese, you're going to toss the coin, mate. Good luck, gentlemen. Okay, so it'll be the Mac Attack are going to bat. Come over here, Adrian. We'll have a quick chat to you. Well, mate, yeah, I think most of the guys have been looking at batting first. You're up against a good opposition. Yep. What did you make of the last game?
Oh, yeah, look, they were pretty clinical in how they played. They came out and batted really aggressively and executed their skills with the ball. We actually, a few of our guys have got a bit of experience against the ACT guys. We played a game against them at Monica as a precursor to a Prime Minister's 11 game, so which was a close game and a good game. 200 scored in each inning, so hopefully we can do something similar, but we're on the right side of it this time.
All right, any changes from the game earlier on today, mate?
No, everything's exactly the same.
All right, there you go. An unchanged side. Good luck, Adrian. Okay, with the Mac Attack. Righto, Reese, in you come, mate. Our man from the ACT, mate, looks like you're going to be batting second. You did it pretty well the last game, but you probably think you might be chasing a few more this time, but you always never know, do you?
Yeah, exactly. So I want to say, like, obviously, coming up against a good opposition, put quite a few on in that game earlier today. So, yeah, expect a pretty good hit out.
And like you said before the first game, the Thunder Conference final, you guys are pretty keen to atone for last year's loss, and now the chance is there. The ball's in your court.
Yeah, absolutely. I think most of our boys here played last year, and I'm pretty keen to right a few of those wrongs and not let anything slip. So, again, I think he used the word clinical before, and I think that's what we're looking to be again here tonight. And
made any changes from the game you just won about an hour ago?
Nah, so we've got 13, so that's all we're here with.
All right, there you have it. So it'll be the Aces are going to bowl first. The Mac Attack are going to be batting. Grand final will be ready to go very shortly. McKinlay and Bruce, Whitehouse is back, mate. You've done a bit of parole and you're back in with us now, mate. So I like the look of this. The Mac Attack winning the toss and batting. Big fan of that. I think this sets up the game beautifully.
You got to set a target. There's a bit of excitement out there in the field before play. So umpire Bruce Baxter's hat has gone flying across the field.
Well, there you go. Brucey needs to, like those seagulls the other night, needs to don't walk into the breeze. So have it going blowing up the other way.
That's right. It doesn't blow up your...
That's right.
That's right.
So anyway, we're going to see Daniel Arms open the attack. He looked good earlier on this morning with the stick before he got out, but the Mac Attack, they batted like millionaires, didn't they? And good millionaires at times. In the first match today, they were going at 10, 12 runs and over, but they did lose a lot of wickets. But looking forward to this, and this is, looks Annabelle.
You're right there, Robbie. The Attack batted with gay abandon.
Yeah.
Lots of scores of 20, but nothing over 30.
It was entertaining, though, Bruce.
It was entertaining. The crowd brought the crowd through the gate.
And speaking of which, a very good crowd in too in the members there. It's a very healthy little crowd. So Ollie, Annabelle just doing a few little warm-ups there.
Annabelle's originally from Crookwell, Robbie.
Yeah, some good sports people have come out of Crookwell.
Croker family.
The Croker family, the Skelly boys. Michael Minns,
Michael
apparently.
Minns.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a fizzer there, but that's the way she goes. Good afternoon to Minzy if he's listening too. Our good man does a lot of good work in ACT cricket, along with Jeff Bartlett will be here with us. Martin Garoni is back with us. Jay Guthrie. We'll have the coach of the Mac Attack will be coming up. Timmy Cox will join us at some stage. But here we go. First ball of the final. Ollie Annabelle is bowling now to Daniel Arms. Full toss outside or stump. And what a way to start, Bruce. Smashes it through the covers for 4.
That got what it deserved, Robbie. Rubbish. Put through the covers for 4 runs. Great way to start for Daniel Arms. Absolute rubbish that was.
Righto. Okay. So you've gone straight to the point there, Bruce. And I would have just put it down to a bit of grand final nerves myself, but you've gone in with the baseball bat, and that's your choice,
That
Bruce.
is my choice. I note your choice.
Little private joke, that one, wasn't it, Bruce? Anyway, here's Ollie Annabelle. There's a tough start. The youngster getting whacked through the covers for 4. Runs up, bowls again, and another full toss. And they'll get a single shot. The stumps could be overfroze. There is overfroze. Goodness me, this could be 5. It won't quite get there. The batsmen have come back for a couple. I reckon they've got for 3 there, Bruce. So 3 runs. What a start to the final.
What could have been a wicket, Robbie, has turned into 3 runs. Where was the backing up, I say? Where was the backing up?
They were there, but the throw wasn't great. And then the second guy backing up probably did well to stop it. Bruce had a fair bit of ginger on it.
Could I be fair to say there's been a sloppy start from both sides?
I think the batting side would have been okay.
From the fielding side then.
No wicket for 7 after 2 balls. Geez, this is going to be a long 10-over stint, Bruce, if we go at this rate. Just rein it back a bit, mate. Save a bit of ammo. We've got a first slip in. They employed that tactic in the Thunder Conference Final, which they easily beat the Wranglers. Here's Annabelle. Bowls again. Now, that's a good delivery. Piercing in at leg stump. But they squirted it out, and they'll get a single.
Much better.
Bruce, just for our viewers and listeners, you might like to... Who's umpiring the game here tonight, the grand final?
Okay, at the Paddington end, we have the great Graham Graysbrook. Graham's from Western Zone.
Yep.
Graham's also been the New South Wales Country Umpire of the Year for the last 4 years.
Hey, mate, it's not This Is Your Life. I just want to know who's umpiring.
And the other umpire is Bruce Baxter from Grafton.
Thank you very much. No, look, we'll go Darren Goodger country.
Absolutely.
Jeez, Billy Baxter. Here's Annabelle, comes up, bowls on leg stump, and they won't get a single. No, good comments, Bruce. I like. Now, where's Graham Glazebrook from?
Graham's from Portland, just near Lithgow.
That's down Victoria.
Not quite.
Oh, right. Portland. What does he do? What does he do for a quid outside of cricket umpiring? I'm sure he's not.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Oh, he's done well.
He's done very well for himself.
A bit like yourself. You do a bit of cricket umpiring, don't you?
Just some.
Yeah.
Just for the money.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's Ollie. He's going to bowl now to Arms, who's on 7. Arms has got that away beautifully behind square leg. The man from fine leg is getting around pretty quickly, and he'll keep the scoring to 2. But it's been an enterprising start from the attack.
He made some good ground, the gentleman from fine leg,
Joshy Staines,
number 2.
I reckon it is. Or number 2, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tyler Van Leeuwen. Yep, he'll probably bowl from the other end.
Highly likely. He did the first game, and when they were too good for Central West Wranglers, so we've got 10 off 5 balls. So yes, it is a good start to the late Mac attack.
Thanks, Ian Chappell.
Yes.
No wicket for 10. Here's Annabelle. He bowls now, and a short ball that Arms tried to square him up. No run there. So we do finish the first over. No wicket for 10. Good start, Brucey.
Robbie, it's been a great start. I want to remind everyone that if you're having a few drinks, if you're down there in the members' bar having a few drinks, watching this evening's final,
yeah.
If you're drinking, don't drive home.
Plan B.
What's your plan B?
Well,
Roy, what's your plan B?
I would go a taxi.
Taxi? Where's
Yep.
it? It's a long way.
I'd even walk home, enjoy the walk through Moore Park.
It's a long way to Albury from here.
It is. No, I'm flying home in the morning, Bruce, but I'd get a taxi back to the accommodation, or a Uber.
Uber?
Or I'd ring a mate.
You could get a mate to drop you off there.
You could. Now, you're correct, Bruce. You've come up with Van Leeuwen as the likely to be the bowler from that end, and that is exactly what he is. And now, you like to call that the Randwick end?
It is.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Because Randwick's over there.
Yep.
And Paddington's over here.
Yep.
And for the viewers, I'm pointing.
And here's Van Leeuwen. And he bowls now on leg stump, and they'll get a single there through Hainsworth, the wicket keeper. I was pretty impressed with his glove work earlier on today, Bruce.
Very sharp, nice stumping down the leg side.
Yep.
Was that the first ball Marcus had faced? No, it's the second ball.
Second ball, mate. You used to read the scoreboard, that'll tell you. It's 2 off 2. That's what that other 2's there for, mate.
Ah.
Oh. And Bruce, does this bring down the curtain on your country cricket programs for the year, or you got a bit more up your sleeve?
Unfortunately, that's it, because we lost a couple of carnivals due to the fires, and we had a difficult week up in Dubbo with heat and storms and dust storms.
Leeuwen bowls straight to cover, and to be honest, mate, you're probably looking for a spell, wouldn't you?
Having the next 4 days off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I probably won't hurt, mate. It's been a little bit edgy today at times, I thought, with us all, but we're getting there.
Well, it wouldn't be the fact you've got no shoes on, your feet stink, but that's...
Is David Moore your boss? I might give Mooring he might even give you... I might give you another week off. How about that?
David Moore was listening earlier today, actually.
Good on him. He's a good guy. Leeuwen bowls, thump through the covers. Oh, he pierced the gap there. Gee, he could hardly get that gap was very tight, and despite a big dive there from young Staines, it is going to go away for 4. Lovely shot there from Arms. The Cricketer's Arms.
The Cricketer's Arms, that's a nice shot. You know, there's a pub in Victoria, in Vancouver, in British Columbia, called the Cricketer's Arms?
Oh, I've never been there, so
I
I can't challenge you on that one.
I have. It's got cricket bats in it.
Good. Mate, it's not unusual to see a pub in a place. In
In
country.
Canada.
In Canada.
Yeah.
Called the Cricketer's Arms. We'll file that one away under useless information. Thanks, Bruce. Oh, Paddo's over there, isn't he? Here's Lewin, Van Leeuwen. Bowls. And worked away, but straight to gully. No run. So good start here from the Mac attack. The Lake Macquarie region, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Just got a text in from me, B. Hudson of Newcastle.
Oh, you're kidding me.
You can see that.
There's Bob too.
He's aware that we've been playing his song today. Very happy.
Did you know Bob's also an archaeologist?
Really?
Yeah, he got his PhD down at Sydney University. That's, Jeff Bartlett, our producer, confirmed that. Van Leeuwen bowls, and it's through the gap, down to third man for a single. I thought about two, but that would be absolutely madness. Yep, so for some of our younger listeners, Bob Hudson had an iconic Real Australiana song, didn't he, called the Newcastle song that came out in the 70s, I reckon. Middle of the late 70s.
That's correct.
Yep. Just good. Get a chance to have a look. It's very Australiana, isn't it, Bruce? It's very Newcastle.
It's right up there with the Australian classics like Australiana. With
Ostentatious.
Ostentatious,
Yep.
yes.
Now Van Leeuwen to finish the over, and it's driven hard, beautiful. The fielder there in the covers by young Scotty Mearn, and that completes 2 overs, so no wicket for 16. Bruce.
Good start. Good start.
Yep. They were flying along in their first game today. They were going along at a clip of about 12 and over. The Mac attack. Yep. Umpired yesterday with Neil Smith, who was umpiring here earlier today in the Sixers conference final. Had a very good game. All reports you two boys did well yesterday.
I know.
Oh, you know? Well, you were the bloke who told me.
Oh. Well, someone's got to blow my trumpet.
Yeah, so you're doing second grade, mate. That probably brings you back a peg.
Well, I was in first grade a couple of weeks ago, Robbie, so...
I know, I did get good feedback. Now, this looks like Ethan Bartlett to me, that burly frame, the former Wagga Cricketer of the Year. Now doing some good stuff in Canberra.
Yeah, well, Ethan's an accountant.
I do know that.
Very good one, too,
yeah.
they tell me.
His old man Rod has done a lot of great work in Wagga cricket in these days, and he's also very good friends with Michael Minns, our man from ACT. So Ethan Bartlett bowls now on leg stump, and Hainsworth will get a 1. Yeah, Bruce has called this a leg bye, and Bruce, you are wrong.
Oh,
it's just the inside edge there, Brucey. Yeah, see that? Pretty obvious to
That's why I'm in second grade.
Pretty obvious to yeah. Any, did you stitch anyone up yesterday? Any crook decisions?
Never.
Okay.
Even if I'm wrong, I'm right.
And if you're right, you're wrong. See, Bartlett, he just got the ability to fizz them through every now and then here, Brucey. That one's through on leg stump. No room to move there for the Cricketer's Arms. That's a famous Newcastle name, isn't it? Arms in cricket terms.
Father Greg was one of the very early Bush Blues. I think cap number 2 or 3, I think.
How many have played for the Bush Blues?
We're up to 221.
Our man Martin Garoni, who'll be joining us in
He has got he's a Bush Blue.
Number, we'll get his number. We'll get our producer onto that as Arms gets the single. We'll find out what number Mr. Garoni was. So we believe 76. I was actually wanting his number, not his age. So we'll just get that confirmed again. There's a nice little whack there on the onside. Yeah, someone who's older than him, that's right. Now Bartlett bowls, and Hainsworth goes whack. Whackety whack, Bruce, through point for 4.
That went so fast across the ground, I couldn't even see it, Robbie.
No, and that was a sensational shot. So this is a good start by the attack, on the Mac attacks. Look at this, Bruce. Just watch how late he hits the ball. Maintains the eyes, hands through the ball, bang. Into the rope, over the rope.
Would you say that was pretty to watch?
That's a beautiful shot, Bruce. It's one of the nicest shots in the game, I reckon, the square drive. Not played by too many. Now, pulled away! Look at that one go! Into the bleachers for 6.
That's big!
That's huge, Bruce!
Gone!
That is a massive blow by Hainsworth. Wowee.
If there was... That's an outstanding cricket shot. Short, rocked on the back foot,
Look at
and
that.
hit it over the fence. That is gone.
Have a little bit of that, Mr. Bartlett, says Hainsworth.
That'll be coming back with stamps on it, that one that's gone so far.
That's close. That's very close to the accommodation. And now, straight away, they've put out a deep square leg. Well, I would probably not drop short and bring that player into play here. But we've seen a square drive for 4 and a massive heave for 6. Now, the umpire, Bruce, tell us what's happening here. You're an umpire. The two umpires are coming together.
All they do is check the ball for any damage after it's left the ground.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, so it's probably hit the concrete or a seat. There might be a scratch in the ball. And they're happy with that.
Glad they didn't do that in my day when I was rocking them down, Bruce.
What's that, Robbie?
There'd be no kookaburras left. So that's a bit of theatre, isn't it?
No. It's about
Surely to God,
maintaining the ball in the condition. You don't want to accuse the players of tampering with balls.
I'll get back to that. Bartlett bowls again, and it's a play and a miss. Surely, Bruce, one of them could just have a look and go, yeah, that's not too bad. We'll keep using it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened.
Oh, okay. Well, why'd they both come together?
Because it's a long way between the two of them.
3 overs down, no wicket for 29. We've got 7 overs to go, you and I, in this session. So just keep an eye out, mate. Pull it in a bit, mate. Pull your head in a bit. You're just going a bit hard here. I'm going to rein you in. As he sucks on another bit of Coke. No sugar. Good on you, mate. Now, any bowling changes down there, boys? No, it's
still Tyler.
The Flying Dutchman, Tyler Van Leeuwen. So, Bruce just getting a bit of feedback from some listeners, and to that listener I concur wholeheartedly. The bloke is a dead. Anyway, we'll keep going here. Here he is, smashed him through. He nearly took his mate off. Gee, that's a big blow there by Arms. Nearly took Hainsworth's head off at the other end of the ground. He was backing up. This will look good on the Bar TV replay. Talk us through this one, Bruce.
Duck.
Gee.
Umpire Baxter thought he was in trouble too. They've got a way to a flyer here.
They have. This could be a sensational game, this one. Gee, Coach Cox would be up and about, wouldn't he? Don't whisper, Bruce. They can still hear you. Okay. Here comes Van Leeuwen. No lights on here yet. Sun's still out. Rain's gone. Now here's a shot through the point region. That could be another 4. Although coming around very smartly in the boundary line. Angus Tarpey did very nice. He covered it beautifully, the tarp. And it is just for 2 runs.
He does cover a lot of ground, the tarp, doesn't he?
Well, they do, mate. That's what they're for. So, as I said, Bruce, don't use your ammo too early. It's dragging a few out already, mate. Here's your man, the Flying Dutchman, comes in now, and he bowls. And again, this is a peel by the keeper. I reckon he might have hit the bat on the ground.
I think you're right. Umpire Baxter unmoved.
Yeah, and that catches a few of you umpires out, that sort of scenario, doesn't it? Look at that. There's quite a deflection there too. But that could hit a spike mark or a foot mark, Bruce. Would
Absolutely. Distinctly different sound.
Feel free to say, great observation, Robbie.
Pretty good observation there, Roy.
Thanks, Bill. Now here he is. The Dutchman comes in, bowls now. Arms, goes, whack. He didn't get it that well. And so it's just going to go through. His old mate's having trouble picking that one up. Like picking up a lotto ticket in the breeze there, wasn't it? Floating around. So none for 36 or 3.4. Great win to the Sydney Thunder about 15 or 20 minutes ago, so it keeps them in contention. They now need either Brisbane Heat or the Hurricanes to get beat, and they will be playing finals, would you believe it or not? Hainsworth on strike, and he's hit that beautifully. Through the covers. I'm not sure if I've seen a better shot than that today. Gee, that went like a tracer bullet to the boundary, Bruce.
I think that's a shot of the day.
Yeah.
Shot of the day.
Mind you, he's pulled 6 into the bleachers.
Look at this on replay.
Yeah, look at it.
Beautiful.
He played a bit of hockey, this boy. Gee, he gets nice and low. That is an open-faced slapper, as Kerry O'Keefe would call him. That was a lovely shot. Have a look at the strike rate, 13.3. 18 off 80. He's going over 200 here, Hainsey. The Dutchman, he's under the pump here. He runs in now, and he put it on the leg side, and they might get a couple here. Good aggressive running. Yep.
Easy two.
Easy two out there. So they are flying along, Bruce. After 4 overs, it's looking pretty good.
Robbie, I think maybe Captain Hurley should be looking towards slow bowler, take a bit of pace off the ball.
Yeah.
Quicks have gone for over 10 and over after 4 overs. There is a change in the bowling here, I think.
Red-headed spinner. We've seen a lot of them today, haven't we?
It has been a redhead day.
Yep. And I might be young Brendan Duffy.
Yep. It is.
The Duffster. What are you got any intel on the Duffster there?
They tell me that Brendan...
Feel free to refer to those notes that have been provided for you.
Brendan is one of the best white ball spinners in Canberra. Unfortunately, we're using a pink ball here today, but he recently played in the Australian Country Championships in Toowoomba. He took 5 for 11 off 10 overs against Western Australia.
Gee, that's good figures.
Brendan likes rowing along in Lake Burley Griffin and long walks through Mount Stromlo.
Well, he's obviously a man who enjoys nature, Bruce.
Apparently.
I got a gut feeling that's not on my list of notes, that the last bit you just added there, Bruce, but you might have an updated version. He's a school ambassador. He's a he works at a highly engaged school, St. Francis Xavier College. There you go. Big part of community cricket.
Thank you to our producer, Jeff Bartlett, with that news.
There we go. Well, let's hope it's a walk in the park for him today, Bruce. He's bowled just a single off his first ball. What would Duffy be? Irish, Bruce?
Could be from... I don't know.
I reckon it might be.
Irish? I thought he was from Canberra.
And just probably hitting a couple hundred years ago where the name might have originated from, Bruce. Bit of Irish heritage in Australia. You might have grabbed that late news. Here's Duffy. And it's well flighted, and it's gone straight to mid-off, and it's out. That looks like little Josh Staines there might have taken that catch. Very accomplished wicketkeeper. He's got a beautiful pair of hands, and he took a nice catch. So that's the end of Hainsworth for 20 off 9 balls.
It's very similar to, if that's the way it's going to go, that's lots of blokes get to 20 quickly and get out. Didn't quite get there. Easy catch taken by Josh Staines.
Nice catch, wasn't it?
Josh played a bit of cricket in Sydney with Gordon.
Yep.
Before returning to Canberra from Wagga originally, of course.
Wagga boy. Yep. Part of the Wagga O'Farrell Cup side that was defeated by the Holbrook DCA. They're about a year back. There, Bruce, just for your information.
Where is Holbrook, Robbie?
The big black submarine and a nice bakery in between, nestled on the Hume Highway, about 35 minutes north of Albury.
You used to live there, didn't you?
I got a statue of myself there, Bruce.
You built how many houses there?
No, we are there. I built 3 and paid for 2 of them. So I had to get out of town.
It's good to see Frankie Walsh, our cricket manager in Newcastle, listening in. Frankie, good to hear from you.
Yeah, good boy, Frankie. Didn't quite cut the commentary team for this event. One of our up and coming guys in community cricket, doing some good work, but he's just one of those young lads that's just got, sometimes ambition and capability get mixed up, Bruce, and young Walshy fell for that trick. No, we say that in jest. He's a ripper, Walshy. Got a starting a young family now, Frankie, so he does a lot for cricket in and around that Newcastle area.
Nathan Hudson's the new batsman, player of the match from this morning's match.
Yeah, young Rock, or Bobby. Gee, the Newcastle song got a bit of a work over in that first game. And they get 2 runs there. Does Bobby Hudson down there to third man? I'll tell you what, Bruce, they needed that wicket ACT, didn't they?
It may slow things down. It was looking like it was getting out of hand.
Well, Hudson went hard, was very hard early in the first game, and he's nearly inside that onto his stumps, but he's been called through for a single by Arms.
Taking the pace off the ball, exactly as you said.
Yep. I think Rock personally here should be just trying to get a single and letting Arms take over here, Bruce. They need someone here. One thing they didn't do in the first game, the Mac attack, no one probably batted more than 6 to 7 overs. They all scored very quick. I reckon if they can get someone like an Arms bat through at least 12, 13, 14 overs, going to really set them up for a big score. He's on strike now, Daniel. And that's a good delivery from Duffy. They get a single. The hat blows off in the breeze. Sorry, Bruce.
That was Nick Brose there.
Oh, yes, young Nick.
Nick's originally a Western Zone boy, Bathurst boy.
Yep.
Made his way to Canberra.
And he's
Played in the Australian Country Championships for the ACT side.
Yeah, big day for the Bros family. Now that's a full toss on leg stump, and there's only one result there, Bruce. 4 runs behind square leg.
That was going to be such a good over. And
yeah, it hurts, doesn't it? That last ball goes
and
for 4.
You can see Duffy's not very happy with himself.
Yeah, he isn't. There might have been a little bit of chitter-chatter there too from the batsman. So there's plenty more of that to come, big fella.
I think he might have said, thank you, Brendan.
I think he might have too. 1 for 51 or 5, Bruce. So that's a good start. You're halfway through your stint. And we're going to persevere with you. We've decided. We've had a quick management meeting. Happy to keep you going. How's Gilly going, mate? Your manager.
Andrew Gilchrist is going fine.
Yep. That's one very nice message he's just sent you. Now, another bowling change. Mearns on. Scott Mearn. He's been a good goer for ACT over a few years, hasn't he?
He's originally a Kiama boy.
Kiama. What's famous about Kiama, Bruce?
The blowhole, Robbie.
Oh, never been there.
Haven't you?
No.
You've never been to the blowhole?
Or to Kiama.
You've never been to Kiama?
No, never
it's
been to
a beautiful
Kiama.
place.
I have heard that.
Outstanding place.
Yep. Where's that? South of Wollongong?
Just south of
north?
Wollongong, about 20 minutes, half hour south of Wollongong.
Oh, I'll get there one day. Arms is on strike. Oh, he nearly chopped it on. He nearly nicked it. All right, well, I'll put that down on my to-do list.
You've never been to Kiama?
No, mate, I've never. No. I've never been to Gerringong. I've heard a lot about that.
It's got a pub there.
And I know what's famous about Gerringong.
Mick Cronin.
My word. Now, what's happening here with the umpires?
Umpire
Bruce?
Baxter's got an issue.
Right, he's got a bee in his ear or something,
no. He's got a problem with the photographer, Benny Churchill.
Oh, Benny, come on.
I'll tell you what, if the batsman's looking there, he's not watching the ball.
Well, come on, Benny, you're better than that. Just might get our...
Benny Church is the photographer, you know that.
Yeah, the cameraman might expose a snapper. There's a bit of no love lost between the cameramans and the snappers. Just bar TV lads just down there. And now, look, he's going back for more, Bruce. Look at Benny. He's moving right in front of the bowler. Have a look at this. Is this his first rodeo? Have a look at him. Get your cowboy boots off. No, he knows what he's doing. Now I reckon he's more in the batsman's vision. I hope he doesn't get out here, Armsy. Ooh, look at that. There you go, eh? So, just a minor lull in proceedings, Bruce.
Change in pace.
We've had 3 dot balls. And a wicket will do that. Won't it? That's where you say yes, Robbie.
Yes, great observation, Robbie.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Mearn bowls. Ooh, he's chopped it on and he's all over. So this is a good spell of bowling here from the ACT Aces. 2 wickets and 2 overs. And both the openers are out. Arms has gone for 24. And this is good stuff here from the ACT Aces. 2 now. I'll keep going, Bruce, while you handle your inquiries. But so Hudson, not our batsman, and that is just great bowling there from Scott Mearn. Just gave him no room to move, and he ended up chopping one on. As Arms has to depart. And the new batsman coming in, it might be young Cahill, is it? It is. I was very impressed with this lad in the first match, sorry. I think he's 16 or 17 from all reports.
That's correct.
Yep, that's correct. Thanks, Bruce. You're back with us. If you can just chip in every now and then with something.
Just a little issue with accommodation, Robert.
Oh, okay. So it might be one of those sleep out nights with the CEO, is it? One of those sort of nights by the look of it.
Not me, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're all right. Why don't you? Well, maybe you could host a team in your backyard, your pool room, room and table and all that. Your little man cave's pretty big, I hear. Quite large. What do you think Kay will do here, Bruce?
Young Timmy was quite impressive this morning, actually.
If you had been listening to me, that's exactly what I said about 30 seconds ago. So he impressed you as well, did he?
Very much so.
All right. It's like the 2 Ronnies, isn't it? At the moment here.
And it's good night from me.
The two for 51. Here comes Cahill, and he pushes nicely on the front foot. He just leaned on that. He almost would have ran to the boundary. Must be a nice stick he's got in his hand.
Very confident shot. Hit through the ball, moves through the weight transfer. That's the way. Practice it again.
Well, Bruce, Scott Mearn here has got one more ball to go, and he could
Is this
be
a maiden?
a wicket maiden. They like gold in T20 cricket. Can Scotty Mearn do it? He runs up bowls now, and Cahill says, no, mate, no, you're going to have a boundary to finish, and that's not for the first time in this innings as the ball rolls over there. So, unfortunate there for Scott Mearn, but he did get the big wicket of Daniel Arms, and that completes over number 6. And in the final, it's Macatak winning the toss and batting 2 for 55. Yeah, good power play. Yep, 2 for 55. I'll go to my notes, Bruce, and refer back, and let's see what the Macatak were in the first game. They were 3 for 50 in the power play, so they've topped it.
Slightly better placed.
One less wicket. 2 for 55. Let's make that adjustment on the score sheet. Now, what have we got bowling-wise, Bruce? It's going to be Duffy to continue.
Still got Duffy.
Yep.
Remember, Rob, if you're drinking over the long weekend, don't drive home.
I haven't had a chance yet.
Make a plan B instead, although you told me you're walking into Albury. So look at transport.
Depends how the rest of this broadcast goes. No, what would I do, Bruce? I always have a plan B. I either ring the wife.
What if you're doing it in Albury? What's your plan B in Albury?
Well, I've got a few options, Bruce. I could walk home. Being a man of the people, I've got a few options, a lot of offers of lift. Would you like a lift, Robbie? But I tend to don't go out too much these days, Bruce. Keep it pretty in-house. If I do, it'd be a cab or we haven't got Uber in Albury yet, I don't think. We just got electricity. That's good. One run there to Rock Hudson.
Internet?
Yeah, they're talking about that. I've heard it's pretty good. No, everything's going well, but you got to have a plan B, Bruce. We do have a little bit of banter, but you must just don't risk it. Don't drive.
Don't be a knucklehead.
Yeah, no, it's all about getting the road toll down to 0. That's what we're all aiming for. It's been too high of late. So here comes Duffy. Bowls to Cahill. And he just looking to work that one round square leg for a couple, I think, Bruce, but he hit straight to short mid-wicket. I'd like to see him play a little bit straighter earlier here, Bruce.
So look at his field. What's his plan?
That's his plan. He's going to hit it up and
it's fallen over.
Bit of a slip there. Getting underneath the catch.
Oh, great catch!
Good catch there by Tyler Van Leeuwen. The Flying Dutchman has taken a beauty, and the Macatak have been put on the back foot here. They have lost 3 wickets in 3 consecutive overs.
I'm not so sure about that shot. He's dragged it from outside off stump to the leg side. Van Leeuwen stumbles as he comes in, regathers himself, lunges forward and takes a great catch. The Dutchman.
Good
Is he
catch.
taking that in one hand?
I reckon
I think he's taken that in one hand, Glenn McGrath-esque.
And he kept his elbows above the grass, Bruce, which is important. Talk us through this again, Bruce.
In the air, coming in, lunges forward. He's lost it. No, he's taken him very...
Clever.
You know, I think they teach cricket like that in the Netherlands, where the Flying Dutchman's from.
He did it. Textbook stuff.
A new batsman coming to the crease is Jedi Dixon.
Yeah, Dicko.
As we said this morning, Jedi's everybody's friend.
Is he?
That's what said in his
That's
bio.
a good catch, but just there with young fella Cahill who got out, we did sort of allude to the fact he needed to go straighter, Bruce.
He did.
He went a bit too early. That made a great start to the power play. They just had to work the ball around there.
He's dragged that.
6 or 7 over.
He has dragged that from outside off stump to deep mid wicket.
That's a big turning point in the game, Bruce. You can mark that down, my friend.
Mark that down, Robert.
Yep, 6.4 overs. Good catch, poor shot selection. There's an interesting little paddle around this corner there.
I'll pick up 2 here.
From Hutto. So Bob gets a couple there. The batter's crossed too, Bruce, if you're looking a bit perplexed at me.
Huh?
So that's a job of an umpire, and always keep an eye on that, don't you?
Ugh, cripes, Keith, we do.
Duffy's got 2 wickets. Bit of pace off the ball. We used to call it a slower ball in our day, Bruce, but now it's pace off the ball. Well, wide and short. Cut away, and he missed it.
Explain to me why a slow ball's often called a change-up.
I got no idea. It's just a slow ball to me.
Our producer, Jeff Bartlett's going to find out about that.
Yep. Maybe a good question for Martin Graney as he
when he comes
into the box. But
the central commentary position.
Back in the day, Marty just used to either bowl his normal ball or a slower ball or an effort ball.
All in the same delivery.
all in the same delivery. So 3 wickets have fallen in the last 3 overs, Bruce. It's gone from no wicket for 42 after 4, and the next 3 overs have only cost 16 runs. But more importantly, my friend, 3 wickets have fallen. Now, the new bowler... Oh, well, no new bowler.
Still Scotty Mearn.
Scotty Mearn, the man. He's got an interesting pair of boots on him too, Scotty. And well played there by Dicko.
I think he's making a bit of a fashion statement.
Yeah, well, look at
Scotty.
them. No, here they are. Look, they've got the boys from Bar TV just get a shot of the bowler walking back there. And you'll see there's a nice little hint of pink on the back of them. Certainly not the Nathan Lyon status. But just have a look at this, Bruce. I
Black,
like that.
pink, bit of blue.
Yeah, good on him. Scotty Mearn. And I think what we say he's where employment is in the ACT. I hope he's not a cropper. I'll keep out of there for a while. Bruce, just refer to those
I'm just
notes.
looking at notes. It tells me that Scotty's a powerful late innings hitter and clever bowler, and multiple changes of pace and ability to hit a Yorker, and also a fashion aficionado.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So it is.
That's where the shoes come from.
Yep. At least he's wearing shoes.
Unlike you.
Now here comes the shoe man. No, oh, that's nearly a nick. Nearly a nick.
Those Grosby's, they were shoes, weren't they?
Yep. Yep. Crosby's. They were good, weren't
You reckon
they?
they're Grosby's he's got on?
Yeah, they were a good band too. One of their songs. Just get our producer onto that, boys. A Grosby, Stills and Nash hit.
Our house?
Yeah. Was it?
Yep.
Here we go. Oh, that's out! That's a big nick. And it is indeed. And another wicket falls. Well, after such a great start, 4 wickets have fallen for just 18 runs. Less than that, and they're in big trouble now, the Mac attack.
Jedi Dixon flushed at one. He flushed at the ball previous, and he did the same thing. Too close to his body. Nicked off, caught behind by Tommy Vane Tempest. 7 overs gone, 4 for 60. They need to consolidate now.
Yeah.
Forget about this on the charge. They must bat the overs out.
I'll just get our producers here to find out what the opening partnership was. It was well into the 40s, so gee, they'd be disappointed at the moment. Yeah, so after 4 overs, they were no wicket for 42. After 5 overs, 1 for 51. So that wicket fell in that 5th over there. So now it looks like it's the skipper coming in. The big fella. He's got a big role to play here now, as Adrian Chad. He had a bit of a pensionist to play the reverse sweep in the first match today, Bruce.
He did it well.
Yep, he did do it well.
As we know, Chad is a keen golfer. Played in England, Scotland.
What, golf?
Golf.
Ah.
Cricket.
And a bit of cricket.
And a bit of cricket.
Well, he's got a big job to do here because they have blown a very good start here. And I reckon that coach, Tim Cox, would be a little bit disappointed with the batting in the last 3 or 4 overs. They did so well on the power play. Now, a bit of a shout for LBW, mainly from the commentary box. No interest whatsoever from the man with the ball in hand, which is Scott Mearn. There's you, Bruce, or an umpire down the leg, or just no interest?
Not even hitting the stumps, okay. Robert. So
just say no.
I don't know what game you're watching, son.
You don't have to lecture me. Just say no.
No.
No chance. Mearn, he's been good. Runs up, bowls now, and another nick, and the keeper can't quite take it. And it runs down to third man, and the Flying Dutchman comes around and keeps the scoring to 2 runs. Just on the replay, Bruce, is there a glove involved here?
Well, he's definitely got a hand to this. Definitely.
Here we go. Did it carry? That's the question. Ooh.
It would have been a good snare.
It would have been a good catch. First slip might have taken it, Bruce. So that completes 8 overs now, and 4 for 62. Have our producers come up with that opening partnership yet? Lads, maybe just a little peek at My Cricket there. Just a subtle hint, Bruce. They're working feverishly on so many other things like hit songs for Crosby, Stills and Nash. The name of Macca's dog, which we found out was... Scooby, yep. Scooby, yep. Then we played the songs.
It's a new bowler.
Yeah,
Nick Brose.
It's Nicky Brose. And
slower bowling.
Too, yep. And driven nicely through the covers. One thing the Mac Attack have got up their sleeve too, they have got some quality spin bowlers too. But they need to post a total. They've got to set themselves up here.
Well, as we said, way back in over number 4, they need to take the pace off the ball.
Yeah.
Since that, they've taken 4 wickets.
You were very big on that, Bruce.
Absolutely.
Now, what's happening here? So it's a 43 opening run stand. So since then, they've lost 4 for 19 in those 4 overs. What's going on here, Bruce? There's been a bit of discussion. The umpires have got it sorted. So Brose comes in now. Well-flighted delivery. Ooh, work behind square. No run there.
Trouble.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Direct hit out, I think.
He was stranded on strike. Big Chatty. And he dusts himself off.
There's a bit of panic here, Robert, already.
Oh, wickets do that, don't they? I just reckon after a good power play, they needed just to do the grind for a while. But it's easy up here in the commentary box, Bruce.
That's much better.
That's better. They needed to grind out those there. There's their number 1 song, Bruce. You might like to... This is Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Judy Blue Eyes, I know that song.
Judy Blue Eyes, okay. Doesn't really... I don't think it's ever hit my tape deck. Or CD collection. Or Spotify list. That's short again and cut hard. But no connection there at all. Yeah, I think it's probably more suited, as Marty said, for the Tamworth Music Festival. Notice one of Tamworth's greats, Jeff Cook, notice heading off this morning, flying out to Alice Springs for the Impaja Cup, Bruce.
That's correct, Jeffrey,
yep.
Assisted by New South Wales.
Oh, that's
Bush
close!
Blues. That's close.
Just missing leg, I reckon. And that's exactly what umpire Glazebrook has gone with. Just, what do you reckon, Bruce?
Oh, dearie me.
A lot of angle there, Bruce. Going down leg. Good
that's
decision.
Close. No. I'll go with the umpires. Better position.
Yes. So we can... So back... Oh, there's one through first slip as well. A little chop shot. So back in 1970 was the last time umpire Glazebrook gave an LBW from all reports. It might have been you who copped it, was it, Bruce?
Never been to Portland, Robbie. So.
No, never been to Portland. Neither have I. Well, I've never been to Kiama either, so shows how sheltered my life's been. 9 overs down, and it is 4 for 66.
But you've been to Barooga.
I have.
That's disappointing.
Jamaica. Barooga has hosted many a fine country cricket carnival.
And that it has some great facilities there.
Yes, three-tiered clubhouse. Well, Brucey, we've got 1 over in us, my friend. It's been good, I suppose.
It's been interesting.
Yeah, it's been an interesting challenge. I've worked with a few lunatics, but you're certainly in the top 2. Just trying to think who might knock you off top spot.
I don't know.
No.
Could be on my left.
He could be. Now, here we go. Bartlett's back on, and he bowls to the captain, down leg side for a wide. Now, they all help these runs, Bruce.
What? I'm just looking at Ethan Bartlett's action. Would you say he lumbers in?
He does a bit. I think he can... He's got a few different gears.
Yeah.
Changes. So what he does do, Bruce...
All shoulder?
When he bowls his shorter ball, it is a lot quicker. So...
I'm looking forward to seeing Ethan bat later on.
Yep. Didn't see much in the first game. Here he comes, Bartlett. That's on target. Oh, going down leg side straight away. The umpire said, So take a leg by, or was there a bit of bat on?
Leg by.
There you go. How do you go these days raising the old dicky knee, Bruce?
Robbie, with two beautiful metal knees.
Yep. Yeah, no worries.
They're the youngest part of my body.
Yep. No trouble.
Absolutely not.
Raising it these days.
Any listeners out there who think about having a knee replacement and need one, go and get one.
Yeah, just get a referral first. That'd be a great idea. Just don't get any Tom, Dick, and Harry to take to it with the old hacksaw. Now here comes Bartlett. And it's short, and it's pulled away, but the pink ball's a bit hard to see at times, Bruce. And I have had discussions privately about that. but it's just the one run out there. Yeah. Well, it's probably not that private now, is it? What is the idea? And I think it's great.
It's just when the clothes were designed originally, they were designed with white clothing.
Yep. Now, I've got some issues with the clothing design as well, but that's for another time. That's a beautiful cover drive through the covers by Adrian Chad, the skipper. And that is a lovely shot. So that score goes up to 73. We're just 2 balls off the halfway mark, Bruce. They've got to keep wickets in hand. They can still post 150 here.
Chad's hit that so well, it's gone from Chad to Kenya.
Oh, some clever stuff from Bruce Whitehouse late. We've got 2 balls left of the great man. And that one...
run out on.
What are you doing, Chatty? There might be overthrows. There's not. We saw some farcical run-outs in the Western Wranglers innings. So there we go. 1 to go. So Bruce will then relieve you of your commentary duties. You'll go down and then just keep an eye on proceedings down below.
I will.
Make the man who made country cricket tick, you were described.
Something like that.
Here we go. Call it, Bruce. Final ball.
A nice little tickle down to short third man, picked up by Reece Healy over the stumps, Tom Van Tempest. That's the over. Score 4 for 73 after 10. It's been my pleasure sitting here with you, Robbie McKinlay, and have a good night all. Bye for now.
Where has this professionalism been the last 10 overs? You've saved it for the last ball. Garani and Timmy Cox.
The big
coach.
G and the big C.
I thought we had enough of you. Get off. You're like Max Walker. Hello, there's another ball to go, Bruce. You missed one. No, hang on. Keep the headset off. I'll call it. It's just a single down the mid-off. That completes the halfway point. 4 for 75. This game is beautifully balanced. The final, the Plan B Regional Bash. We'll hand it over now to Marty Garani, and it'll be Timmy Cox, the next voices you hear.
What's your plan B?
If you're drinking, don't drive.
And we're back here at the SCG, and a wicket off the first ball of the over from Bros. Welcome, Timmy. You probably didn't want to start like that.
Yeah, well, the first, certainly the power play was fantastic, but similar to the final, the Sixers conference final earlier today or this morning, where we did get off to a flyer. But that's another wicket falls, and very similar so far to the first game. Just can't find that partnership at the moment in the middle, which will be crucial now for skipper Adrian Chad to take control of this innings now for the back half of the 20 overs.
Nicely flighted delivery there from Bros. That caught the outside edge, and again a really nice catch there from Van Tempest, the keeper, doing a great job behind the stumps. So really nice start to the back 10 overs there for the Aces. They'll be keen to keep taking wickets, obviously. Run rate of 7.4, so still looking to try and push up around that 150 mark, I'd imagine, from here.
Yeah, that would still be the target in the Late Mac Attack's mind, although the next few overs here is crucial. Young Josh Westwood in at the crease. He was only here for a short time in the semi-final this morning. From the 2 guys from Cricket Southern Lakes here, they're providing a crucial partnership in the middle.
Getting a bit breezy down there. The Plan B tent's just taken a bit of a topple into the ladies' stand, so hopefully they'll resurrect that. Bros coming in now to the new batter. Nicely bowled and just bunted back there by Westwood. A lot of respect shown, and probably just needs to gather their thoughts a little bit, the 2 batters out there at the moment, and build a bit of a partnership. Again, nicely bowled through the batter, straight through the keeper, so no run. So Bros really rushing through his overs, which he did in the first game, sort of put the batters under a lot of pressure that way.
Yeah, no, the pace off has certainly changed the game here to date.
Nicely flighted. Oh, how did that miss? Very lucky to still be there, Westwood. That was a beautifully flighted delivery again. He's just played all over it, I think.
Showing his class here at the moment, Bros.
Bunts that one out through the covers. They'll pick up one, and that gets Westwood off the mark. So, again, really good over here from Bros. Only the one run off the first 5 balls. He'll be keen to get out of the over without too much more damage and possibly even try and pick up another wicket. Brings Chad on strike. Bros comes in, nicely flighted. Reverse sweep. It's hit him on the pad. Not out. So very tidy over that there. Only the one run and a wicket. So that's a great over there for the Aces. Just a replay there of the wicket. Oh, very nice piece of keeping.
Faint little tickle there by Hudson. Yeah, no, very well bowled. Angling in and straightening nicely into the keeper's gloves. So, yeah, a bit of pressure on the Lake Mac attack here in the back half of this innings. As I said, a lot on Captain Adrian Chad here to see if he can build a partnership with young Josh Westwood, and we'll see if they can keep the score ticking along nicely so the run rate can continue to be up around that run of ball.
Duffy coming back into the attack. He's got the fine figures of 2 for 11. And he'll be keen to try and add to that this over. We've got a 3 out on the leg side as he bowls around the wicket. Westwood, nicely bowled. Straight back to the bowler, well fielded. So a little bit of a lull in proceedings. A couple of wickets falling. Things getting a little bit tighter. And Duffy will be keen to keep things nice and tight here for the Aces. Bowls this time. Oh, threw out a hand. I'm not sure whether that was a catch or not.
Has that grabbed the umpire, Marty?
May have clipped the umpire. We'll have a look here at the replay. It is a catch. No, it's hit him on the forearm. Missed the umpire. Everybody dodging around. That would have been a brilliant catch. Powerfully hit there by Westwood. Chad on strike now. Again with the reverse sweep. He's tried that a few times now. It's not working for him.
No, it did work for him in the first game, but so far in this innings he hasn't been able to get any away, but a bit tricky around the wicket.
Duffy comes in again. That's a quicker, flatter delivery. Just poked out in the offside and they'll run through for a single. So doing a great job here, the spinners here for the Aces. They've really dropped the run rate, dropped down under 7 now. It's going along at 6.7. So I'll be keen to sort of start building that back up again. Duffy comes in to bowl again. Nicely flighted. Again, unable to get that away for a single. This is a very, very good over here. Only the 2 runs coming for the first 5 balls. Duffy will be keen to close this out. Comes in. Nicely lobbed. He's gone across his crease that time. Oh, and the umpire's given him. LBW, he's finished it off with a wicket. That's a great over there from Duffy. And that does put the Mac attack into a lot of trouble now at 6 for 78 after 12 overs.
Yeah, we're very well bowled there, building pressure, building dots, and that's what it does. It brought a very rash shot from Westwood. Tried to play it square and didn't get any bat on it at all. Hit him adjacent in front and loses his wicket.
We had the side on replay there. Definitely not going over the top. May have been interesting to whether pitched outside leg bowling around the wicket, but it's looked pretty adjacent from where we are here in the commentary box.
Ryan Van Kemenade, who'd played a pretty good role in the first game, coming out to bat now. He was there at the death and he took 15 off the last over, so he can get going when needed to. But all he needs to worry about right now is a partnership with his skipper in Adrian Chad, because the Lake Mac attack have found that wanting at the moment. They just haven't been able to get any partnerships after the opening one of 43.
Yeah, it's been real struggle street since then, and they've lost the 6 wickets for only the 35 runs. So Bros to continue with 1 for 5 off his 2 overs so far, doing a fantastic job. So he'll be bowling to Chad, who's got 9 off 11, so he's doing his job as the skipper. He just needs someone to hang around with him. Bros comes in to bowl, nicely flighted. Just punches that one down to long on for a single. He's off strike. We've got the new batter now. And Kemenade coming on to strike. Nicely flighted delivery again, and again punched down to long on for a single. And that won't be too bad if they can just do that for a couple of overs now, I reckon, Tim. They'll be able to at least keep the run rate up around that 6.5.
That's all they need to look at the moment. Brose has changed the game here. First 2 overs only going for 5 runs, so he's certainly well on top and building pressure with dots.
Clever cricket there. Healy just moved himself a little bit straighter to try and cut off that one to long on, and he's just poked that one sort of more to mid-wicketish and picked up another single. So 3 runs off the first 3 balls, so ticking it over nicely. Van Kemenade now on strike to Brose. He comes in to bowl. Nicely flighted delivery. He's really hitting the crease with those. He's making it difficult for them to do anything other than bunt it down to long on. Yeah,
no, very well bowled. He's varying his flight beautifully here, and he's bowling to his field. He's got the 2 men deep straight, plus the deep square, but he's certainly bowling nice and full above the eye.
Walks across the crease this time. Does Chad and bunts that one out onto the leg side and takes another single. So 5 off the first 5 runs, a run a ball off the first 5. Now we maybe try and find a 2 or maybe even a boundary off the last ball to make this a really good over. It's a flatter delivery. And he's hit it straight back to the bowler. That's a good catch, and Brose has taken another wicket.
Yeah, beat him in flight there. Very well bowled once again. He's certainly changed the game here, young Brose.
Yeah, nicely flighted. Took a lot of pace off. A good bit of turn there. It's hit high on the bat, and it's just lobbed back for a nice, easy catch to the bowler.
Van Kemenade, unfortunately, not getting to the pitch of the ball whatsoever, and just going through with the shot. And all he's achieving, a simple catch straight back to the return, the bowler.
So Lake Macatac continue to stumble here, and they're now 7 for 83 off 13 overs. There's still 7 overs to go, and they'll be very keen to make sure they make the most of that. You know, they'd still want to be getting another 40 or 50 runs if they possibly can, but even 30 would be better than to be bowled all out in under 20 overs. Yeah,
I think they need to change their game plan drastically here now and really go into consolidation mode. Then incoming batsman Corey Brown from the Cricket Southern Lakes Club in Lake Macquarie on the west side of the lake. So he's skipper, captaining his club side at the moment with his teammate, club teammate Adrian Chad out there. So Corey missed out in the first innings, and he needs to do a job for the Lake Macatac here, getting through these next few overs.
It'll be Chad on strike now as Duffy continues. He's got the fine figures of 3 for 13. I think he's bowled 3 overs already. So this will be his last. As he comes in and bowls to Chad, bowling right arm round the wicket. He's off spinners. He's gone for the reverse again. That's just not working for him in this game. I think the lack of pace from the bowlers is making that reverse sweep a very difficult shot for him at the moment.
Yeah, and the angle as well. I think there's plenty of gaps there in front of the wicket. He's probably better off utilising like that. Down simple one down to mid-off. Take the risk out of it for the next couple of overs. Keep it ticking over, building the ones and the odd 2, just to keep it roughly around a run a ball and help Corey Brown get into his stride in his innings.
That was a much better shot. Nice simple drive down to the deep long off fielder. Brown on strike now. Still got a lot of players out. It would be interesting to see whether they were prepared to bring a couple more in to put a bit more pressure on. But Duffy comes in now, bowls to Brown round the wicket. He's punched that one straight to the fielder at mid-wicket, so there's no run. A nice looking shot though for the first ball that he faced. Duffy comes in again. Gives that one a little bit more air. And again, straight to the fielder at mid-wicket.
He's picked out that mid-wicket twice now, so there's only the one man in the ring field on the leg side, so he'd be looking to either go it straight or use his hands to go a bit squarer out to the man at deep.
Duffy in again, and that's a nice delivery, that one. He couldn't do anything other than punch that one back to the bowler. So again, only the 1 run off the first 5 deliveries of the over. So very good over again from Duffy. Doing a great job for his team as he comes in again. Nicely flighted. He's gone for a bit of a dab down to third man. It's bounced off the keeper, and that's a bye off the last ball. It's only 2 runs coming from the over.
Another fantastic over by Duffy. And does that complete his spell?
I think it does.
Amazing figures if it does. 3 for what, 13 or 14 off his 4. He's certainly changed the game. The spin bros and Duffy have certainly changed the game in the Aces' favour here, and put a lot of pressure on the Lake Mac attack in the back half of their innings.
Bros is going to continue now, and he's into his last over. Yeah, that was Duffy. So he's bowled 4 overs, taken 3 for 14. That's an awesome spell of bowling from him, and a great result. And Bros now is going to complete his. He's got 2 for 10 off 3 overs. So these two bowlers really putting the screws on. He's tickled that one down to fine leg. They'll pick up 1, and they're going to come back for 2. Nice running that.
Yeah, that spell from Duffy, that could be looked on as match winging later on, Marty. You know, 3 crucial wickets in the middle, but to only go for 14 runs off his 4 overs, that's phenomenal bowling, and could be a match winning spell.
Absolutely. Bros again. Brown's hitting that one nicely out to deep cover. Absolutely. Like after they got off to such a flying start, they were going at over 10 and over, and Duffy came into the attack right on. I think he may have even bowled the last over of the power play. So to finish with those figures is a great effort for his team.
Yeah, I think where to from here for the Lake Mac attack? I think they need to reassess. Bros coming in there now, but played square of the wicket very well by Chad, but they need to reassess their total. Certainly after the power play, they were looking around that. They made 165 in the first innings. They were looking to that again, but with Adrian Chad out there at the moment, I'd be into consolidation mode for the least another 3 to 4 overs. See if we can get Corey Brown in with him and rotating the strike, and then you know, 1s and 2s, get it above 100, and then go the last 3 would be the reassessment I'll be thinking Chad would be thinking to get through, but he needs to be there at the end now, Adrian Chad.
Another nice delivery there from Bros, and again getting dot balls, a couple in a row that really does build the pressure on the batting team. They need to be looking at least a single a ball, and then hopefully being able to put the odd one away for a boundary. Bros comes in the last ball of the over. He's gone for another fine cut. I think that might be a leg by to finish the over, and that's only the 5 runs off the over, 4 runs against the bowler and the leg by. So another really good over there, and that's a great spell also there from Bros. He's finished with the 2 wickets from his 4 overs and done a great job for his team. So it's going to be interesting now. Probably have to go back to a little bit of pace, I'd imagine.
Yeah, no, the spin, you know, we look at the 2 spinners there through the middle of bowled their 8 overs. They've taken, 5 wickets between them, Marty, for only, 25 runs. So that just shows you the state of play at the moment, and what Lake Mac attack are up against now as a challenge for as the Aces have brought themselves right back into favourable contentions for this final.
And interestingly enough, we're going to have a new bowler. Hasn't bowled already today. Is Finn McGurk, and he's going to be bowling, looks like right arm off spin around the wicket.
So there you go. From the success of the spinners that we just mentioned, they've decided to keep that same plan, winning formula. It's working for them so far. Pace off, bowling very full to spinners and above the eye line, and it's been working lovely for them. So the Brown's got 1 through to deep point. The sweeper there for 1 from his first ball.
Just dragged that first one down a little bit there, McGurk. He'll be keen to sort of give it a little bit more flight, but not a bad way to start. He's bowling round the wicket, and he's going to stay around the wicket to the right-hander, which is interesting. Probably just trying to cramp them up as Duffy was doing from that end previously.
Yeah, I think he's just following what worked before.
Comes in and bowls. Did drag that one down a little bit. That's a huge hit. He smashed that one. Well, that's nearly cleaned up the tractor there in the tunnel. That's 6 runs. So yeah, probably needs to just slow it up a little bit. I think the success that Duffy and Bros had was actually taking the pace off the ball, and that one was just a little bit quick, and he's dragged it down, and that's a beautiful shot there from the skipper Chad, clearing the boundary.
He's certainly pounced on that, hasn't he? The back of a length, he's dragged it short. He's rocked back and hit that, like you said, into the Massey Ferguson tractor over there.
Comes in again, short again. He's only managed to hit that one straight to the short fine leg. Probably a little bit lucky there, McGurk. It only had to be a metre either side, and that was another boundary. So McGurk just, I think, needs to just slow it down a little bit and try and get the batsman coming forward. So that's been the success of the other spinners, just taking the pace off a little bit. Comes in again. That's a better delivery. And again, putting the pressure on the batsman, and he's just played that back to the bowler. McGurk just finding his way a little bit. He's bowled the one bad ball so far, but he's seems to have got his line back as he comes on. Just tickle around on the leg side, and that'll only be a single.
He's content with jamming them in at the moment, isn't he? He hasn't got that one above the eye just yet, to what Duffy had so successfully with his spell. So we'll see if he does give it a go to the left-hander here, but he's certainly jamming into the right-hander Chad, which he's being able to rock back and play it pretty comprehensively at the moment.
Comes in again. That's a little bit slower, a little bit more flight. Pushed it away, quick single. That's good running there from the two of them. He takes the single. So 9 off the over. A better over there for the Lake Mac attack. And they'll be happy to sort of, if they can keep going at that rate for the rest of the innings, they'll at least post a decent score. That was a huge hit there from Chad. So it lobs all the way in, and as you said, it's cleaned up the tractor there in the dugout.
Yeah, no, he's comfortable in that area when it's rock back short. So let's see, a bit of pace back into the tack have we got now, with Bros doing so well from the members' end, finishing his spell. And it looks like we will see who's back into the attack there.
Young Mern back into the attack. Scotty Mern bowled well in the early on. He was one of the bowlers that would bowl a good over and then go for a boundary off the last ball, so he'd be keen not to do that. But he does have the fine figures of 2 for 8 off. I think he's only bowled the one over, hasn't he?
I think he's had a couple.
Yeah. So 2 for 8. So another bowler that's done a really good job for the Aces here.
So he'll finish. He could finish off from this end, which could be the plan.
That's a nice start. Oh, bunted out in the offside. They've gone for a quick single. Well run. So Brown's actually doing a pretty good job of rotating the strike here with his skipper. And it seems like it's up to Chad to really increase the scoring rate.
That'll be Brown's role here. He just needs to fan the strike to Adrian Chad, get off strike, run a ball. If he does that to the last 1 or 2 overs, he's played his role out here.
And in again to the skipper, Chad. He's walked across his crease. Big appeal for LBW. Umpire not interested. I reckon he's got an outside off stump then.
Yeah, I think he went well across then. Had a bit of an appeal, but yeah, you can see he's well outside on the almost 6th stump, isn't he? Right across his stumps there, Chad, trying to work the ball through that vacant area, square leg in front of mid-wicket.
Mern in again with those very colourful boots he's got on. Short of a length. Oh, he's nearly dragged that down onto his stumps. He's tried to get across again and whack that one away on the leg side, and it's just got tangled up in bit of glove, bit of bat, bit of arm, and just actually spun past the wickets when it landed. Otherwise, if it had continued on straight after it bounced, it was going to clean him up. So the attack have brought up their 100. They've still got the, 21 deliveries to go. So they still can post a good score if these two can keep motoring along. Interesting change in the field because he's tried to hit those first 2 down to fine leg, and they've brought fine leg up now as Mern comes in to bowl again. Walking across his pads. They bowled him! That's a great piece of bowling there from Mern. He just held his nerve there, I think, because Chadwood kept walking across trying to get him away on the leg side, and he's just managed to keep bowling at him the whole time. He's walked across, and that one's just clipped his leg stump, and that's a great piece of bowling there from Mern, and that's 8 down now for the Mac attack for 100.
Yep, he has walked across and it's just clipped leg stump. I was just about to say Chad sort of tried that three times before and trying to maybe get a little bit creative there. Probably didn't need to quite yet. Probably need to give himself another 1, possibly 2 overs and then go hard for the last 2. So as he was the crucial wicket, but he's lost his wicket, and that brings the young country under 17 ACT country player in, Mitch Lowell, into bat. So Mitch is a very fast runner between wickets, so they'll look to, him and Brown look to push here, ones into twos, and let's see if they can keep the score ticking over. But yeah, an important role to play for young Mitch now in the last couple of overs.
And what a brave piece of captaincy that was too from Healy. So it was very clear that Chad was trying to get one down to sort of out to that square leg, fine leg area. And he actually brought fine leg up to make that a little bit more attractive. And Chad just kept going to try and play the same shot. And unfortunately for him, lost his leg peg. So very brave piece of captaincy. Could have resulted in 4 runs, but as it is, it's resulted in the wicket for the ACT. And they're now right on top at 8 for 100. And they'll be keen to knock the Mac attack over as quickly as they can. So.
Yeah, that'd be the plans now. I'd suggest for the ACT Aces. There's no point them finishing out their 20 now. Might as well finish the batting off.
So Mern into Lowell, and he's going to come back for a second. That's really good running. I think they might be leg buys. They all count at this stage.
Yep.
But yeah, just clip the pad, dribbled away on the leg side, and a nice piece of running there. So Lowell, not off the mark yet, but he's added a couple to the score, which is a good piece of work off the first ball he's faced.
And another looks like another fantastic over with only one ball left in it. With the wicket, picking up the wicket of Chad, he's done a fantastic job for his team.
He's hit that straight to cover and they're off. Oh, direct hit. May have been very close. Great piece of fielding there from the skipper at cover. Wasn't able to hit the stumps though, and they threw for a single. So a great over there from Mern, and he's now got the fine figures of 3 for 10, I think it is, off his 3 overs. So he's got 1 left. And again, you can see there on the screen, great piece of running, Lowell backing up nicely.
Well, the thing with the Aces, Marty, they're 3 bowlers through the middle, Duffy, Mern and Bros. They've been very economical, but they've also taken all the wickets. So not only have they kept the runs right down, as we see Duffy with his 4 overs for 14, 3 wickets. Bros, 4 overs for 14 with his 2 wickets, and Mern at the moment has picked up a couple of wickets and only going for 10 runs. So very economical, and that's set the trend here for why the Aces are in the box seat right now.
Van Leeuwen back into the attack. He's got a couple of overs left, I think, but he'll probably only... he might get to bowl 2. Bowling round the wicket here, coming into bowl to Lowell. Nice delivery, straight up and down. Very hard for the new batsman to do anything other than to hit that straight back to the bowler. So good start to the over here. I think bowlers are always really keen to get into the over with a dot or 1 in a T20, and similarly at the back end of the over.
Yeah, interestingly, they've still got 5 out, the Aces. They're obviously content with the 1s and 2s at the moment with the stage of the game. The boundaries isn't wanting to protect the boundary.
Another good delivery there from Van Leeuwen, and he's only been managed to hit that straight to cover, and again, no run. So starting the over off with a couple of dot balls, and the run rate's now down below 6, probably for the first time in the innings, I think.
So. Yeah, no, it's certainly... the game's just turned on its heels, hasn't it, since the power play. Completely changed direction with the Aces in the box seat right now.
Leeuwen in. He's had a big swipe at that one. He's hit it pretty well. 1 bounce out to the fielder at long on. And they push through for a single. Well fielded again out there. So probably the fielding is the other thing too with the Aces. They've been right on top of everything in the field and cut off runs here and there, and they've been really tight in that ring to try and stop a whole lot of singles as well. Brown on strike now. He's got 6 off 12. It's time for him to go. Van Leeuwen comes in and bowls. He's crunched that straight down the ground. A lot of work to do there for the mid-on fielder. He's come around nicely and cut it off, and they hustle through for 2. So beautiful shot that from Brown. I think now he's probably the one that's going to have to do the bulk of the scoring here at the back end of the innings.
Yeah, that's right. But I do believe that with still 5 out, these 2 are probably better suited to pushing twos regularly, keeping the score ticking over that way until they get to the last. If they can just keep doubling up, really putting pressure on it. Let's see if they can want to. No, just a single there, but looking at it. So that's might be Brown and Lowell's position at the moment for the next couple of balls. Really put a lot of pressure on these 5 fielders out in the deep. See if they can double up.
Van Leeuwen 4 runs off the over so far with 1 ball to come. He'll be keen to get out of the over, as we said earlier, with a 1 or a dot off the last ball as he comes in and he bowls to Lowell. Big swing of the bat. He's hit that nicely, and again, straight to the fielder out there at long on and through for a single. So a very good over there. 5 runs from it. I think the Aces would be happy with that at the moment. If they, 5 runs and over for the next 2 overs is only going to get them to around about that, just under 120. So I think they'd be comfortable chasing that. But conversely, I think the Lake Mac attack would like to sort of, maybe if they could get 20 runs off the last 2 overs and put a bit of pressure on.
Yeah, that might be or certainly is their plan. But this is where wickets in hand come into are very important, don't they? Like Mitch Lowell, if he had his wickets in hand, if Lake Mac attack had 4 wickets left, that last ball sort of like a free hit for him, isn't it? But that extra pressure, he knows he can't lose his wicket right there and have a new batter in with only one more wicket then left in the shed. So some fantastic defensive bowling by the Aces.
Moon comes in, he's bowling his last over, an inside edge down to fine leg, and they hustle through for a single. So he's got the great figures of 3 for 10 off his first 3 overs, a single off the first ball of his last over. Be interesting between he and Duffy as to who's been the pick of the bowlers today. They've both done and adding in their Bros as well. But
I think they've all done a fantastic job for their team, and great intuition from the bowler then to shoot down to the keeper's end to grab the ball over the top of the stumps.
Moon in again, pitched up just outside off stump. They've hustled through for a quick single. Smart fielding there at mid-off, just hanging on to the ball. He could have had a shot at the stumps, possible run out, but there was nobody backing up, so very smart piece of fielding there from Nick Bros at mid-off. So a couple of singles off the first 2 balls. They'll be keen to get a couple of boundaries away if they possibly can as Moon comes in to bowl. It's a nice delivery. He sliced that away. That could go all the way to the boundary for 4. That's a much-needed boundary and probably the first one for quite a few overs there.
We'll see if we can find out how many overs since the boundary, but yeah, a little bit of room there given to him, Mitchy Lowell, and he cut it backward a point square. As you see, he just stepped outside his leg stump and give himself a bit of room and got it away. So a much needed boundary there with a couple of balls left in the over. Let's see how he plays it.
Moon in again to Lowell. Stands his ground this time, chips that one away on the leg side. Probably just he was trying to get that a little bit finer, I reckon. He was probably looking for a couple there, but he's picked up a single. And good cricket that, boundary, and then making sure he scores off the next ball, not another wild swing. So Lowell and Brown doing a good job for their team here. They've got 7 runs off the first 4 balls. Be keen to maybe sneak another boundary off one of the last 2 deliveries. Moon comes in to bowl. Down the wicket. He's chipped that out onto the leg side. They're coming back for a second. Nicely fielded and great running. That's excellent running from these 2. The 6 was the last boundary that was hit, and that was 3 overs ago. And I think it may have been a bit of a gap between that one and the one before it as well. So great bowling here, but this is a really good second last over. A bit of momentum going the Lake Mac attack's way as Moon comes in to bowl. Last ball, he swung that away on the leg side, straight to the fielder, and there's no run. So
great spell of bowling that.
9 off the over, and a great spell of bowling there from Scotty Moon. He's finished with the 3-4, I think it's 20 off his 4 overs. So a great spell from him. And it looks like it will be Tyler Van Leeuwen to finish out the innings. Bowling from the Randwick end.
Fantastic spell of bowling there from Moon. We've got Mitch Lowell on strike here. Let's see how he can have some free swings now with the last over and pick his zones. I think he likes to go square if he gives himself a little bit of room. Backward point over cover.
Comes in, he smashed that one. Has that gone all the way for 6? I think it has. That's a super shot there from the young man.
Or straight over deep mid wicket will do as well. So that's obviously his zones. He's going to go square of the wicket. He's got inside that one nicely and hitting his arc. Beautiful shot, straight out of the screws. Thank you very much. Much needed over the rope for the Lake Mac attack. Great start to the last over for the young fella.
Nice piece of momentum change here again in this game, with the Lake Mac attack really taking it to the bowlers in the last few overs. So Lowell's doing a fantastic job as he faces up again. He's had another big swing at that one. Has he got enough of it? It looks like it's going to be caught out on the boundary. Unlucky, but he was doing the right thing for his team. He was trying to increase that run rate, and that's a nice catch taken out there. And a wicket finally to Van Leeuwen, who had the figures of none for 31 off his 3.2 overs so far.
Yeah, no, just not quite as square as the shot before, and deep mid-ons out there and a comfortable catch, a couple of metres inside the boundary rope. So, yeah, well bowled to the bowler, and, yeah, great little cameo from young Mitch Lowell.
I think the batsman will have crossed, so Brown will be on strike as a new batsman comes in. Be Aaron Bills.
Yep, Aaron Bills is coming to the crease. So, yeah, batsman crossing will make it fairly important, as Brown's been out there for a while now. So he's obviously adjusted to the conditions out in the middle, and he can have a good look into his zones and where he wants to hit these last couple of balls. I've been suggesting that he's just told Aaron Bills to back up, because they'd be wanting to push twos if anything does go out in the back. So hopefully Bills is on his bike there, ready to go.
Van Leeuwen coming in now to bowl to Brown, round the wicket. He's pushed that one through. He's hit that beautifully down to long off. Is he going to come back for two? No, he's not. And I think that might have been suicide if he did. That was a nice piece of fielding out in the deep. So, again, the Aces have done a great job in the field. Even the catch, he was only just inside the rope, but held his ground nicely and took a nice catch. So, big job here for Bills. There's only the 3 balls remaining. Score of 124. If they can sneak it up to 130, at least they've got something to bowl at. So Van Leeuwen in now to Bills. He's pushed that one through. Nicely struck, but he's hit it straight to the fielder. They're going for a single. And made it easy.
Yeah, they did. I think it was very deep there at cover on the ring, pretty much sitting on the ring. So so there's certainly one there. But yeah, he had to get off strike there, Bills, and give the last couple of balls to Corey Brown, who has been out there for a few overs now. So let's see where he wants to hit, if he wants to go straight or get inside the line and hit it square where there's no fielder.
Van Leeuwen in, and he smashed that one down to long on. Are they going to push back for the second? Fielder in again really quickly. A good fielding again from the boundary riders here for the ACT, keeping that to a single. And they're 9 for 126 with 1 ball remaining, and it's up to Bills to see if he can smash a boundary off this last ball.
Yeah, nice bowling there. Nice death bowling right up in the block hole. Didn't give him a chance to get under it.
So Van Leeuwen comes in to finish off this innings. He's tried a scoop. Probably a little bit uncoordinated look to that one.
It's one way of putting it, Marty, I'd say.
It's come off the pad. They've snuck through for a single, so the score finishes at 9 for 127. So the Aces will be chasing 128 for victory off their 20 overs. But after a flying start from the Lake Mac attack, what a fantastic piece of bowling from Mearn, Brose and Duffy in the middle of that innings that dragged them back. They were going at over 10 and over, and they've now dragged it back, and it'll be just a tick under 6.5.
Yeah, I think after the power play, the Lake Mac attack was certainly looking up around the 150, possibly even 160. That changed rapidly with that spell of bowling by those 3 guys you just mentioned. So they've done a reasonable job to get to 9 for 127. Probably with their reassessment, they were probably still looking or hoping for 135, 140s after that collapse through the middle. So they're slightly under par from that, but they do have something to bowl at. As mentioned before, they do have a great wrap variety in their attack, and pace off by the look of what the Aces have done here will be the key for the Lake Mac attack, and early wickets building pressure. And let's see how the ACT Aces go with the run chase.
Excellent. Thanks, Timmy. Thanks for joining us. So you'll have to go down and do a bit of work with your bowlers to warm them up for the second innings. So good luck in the back end of the game, and we'll be back in probably about 10 minutes to kick off the innings and see if the ACT Aces can chase down that 128 they need for victory here in their Plan B Regional Bash final at the SCG.
What's your plan B?
If you're drinking, don't drive.
Righto, back here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. We've been a big day of finals action in the Plan B Regional Bash. We have got the ACT Aces. Their target is 128 runs to win. They restricted the Mac Attack to 9 for 127 after they'd got away to a really good start. They were 1 for 51 after 5 overs, but then they just continually lost wickets. And Jeff Bartlett, who's joining myself, Robbie McKinlay, in the first 10 overs this second innings run chase. I reckon the Aces would be pretty happy with that effort. They were under the pump early and they've come out of it pretty good.
Yeah, they have, haven't they, Robbie? The Mac Attack got off to a really, really positive start. I think 42 runs before the loss of a first wicket, and been a little bit nerve-wracking up here in the comm box, but I'm feeling pretty good about how things are at the moment. I was just watching the camera pan across there from the Bar TV boys. An absolutely glorious evening here at the SCG.
Yeah, it's spot on. And looks like we're going to see Dan Bailey opening the attack for the Mac Attack, which is right. And it's Robbie Trickett. It's going to be first on strike. Ethan Bartlett up at the non-strikers end. So 128 the target. They need early wickets. Ethan Bartlett was knocked over first ball in the Thunder Conference final. Jeff, it's a funny game, cricket, but gee, I just couldn't see that happening again.
No, I'm with you on that. He is one of the most destructive players in Canberra in the Premier Cricket down there. So I just can't see that happening again. But you never know. The commentator's curse. It can kick in sometimes.
It can, and it's Big Dan Bailey is ready to rock and roll. Trickett just doing for final little stretches there. Been a great day here. We look all clear for the weather. We're set to go as Bailey comes up. First ball, and it's a wide down leg side. So Trickett doesn't even have to think about playing.
Looking forward to this run chase, Robbie.
Yeah, they certainly did the just over 10 overs in the first game when they were chasing. I think it was 103. So there's
plenty of batsmen in the shed. Very fresh. Very fresh.
It's incredibly strong batting lineup the ACT Aces got here. Bailey, so just a little bit of away swing there in that first ball, and that's a lot straighter. And Bartlett says no. So that's a good confidence booster for Bailey.
Confidence booster for odds-on Trickett on strike at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Bailey probably like to have an early crack at Bartlett after he missed a ball that just cut back into him, swung back into him a bit in that previous match. You really only get one chance with Ethan Bartlett. You've got to knock him over early. Otherwise, he is just a master blaster. Here comes Beetle Bailey, bowled wide and a slash outside off stump, and it is called wide.
A lovely link there too, Robbie, to the Master Blaster program, mate, for the junior kids. Well done.
Beautifully taken up, Jeffrey.
Yeah, great program there from our fantastic sponsors.
We've got some pop-up programs available these days too.
Yeah, it's a new 4-week program that's kicked off. A combination of Junior Blaster and Master Blaster. So get along to your local club, kids.
So Dan Bailey, can he get the early breakthrough? Runs up, bowls, and it might be a chance. Trickett's gone. Great catch. Diving away there by Hainsworth, I think it was. And Dan Bailey has got the breakthrough. That is excellent bowling, and that's just a little bit of early pressure here for the ACT Aces. Gee, that was a good delivery. Got stuck at the crease there.
Really well taken there.
And
diving
a nice
to
catch.
his left.
So, yeah, well bowled, just no room. And bang.
That's always the added bonus of having runs on the board, even though sometimes it mightn't be the massive score. What they were after, looking for 150, 160 up in that region, having runs on the board in a final, they're there.
Yeah, exactly right. And you know they've got two really dashing batsmen. Matty Collins coming to the crease. I think it was 71 not out in the Thunder Conference final.
I think he was striking at above 200. So it will be interesting to see how he attacks this now.
And full credit to Dan Bailey, the bowler too, because he had a couple of balls, one swung away early down the leg side, but he's shaped and angled, and he's using the crease so well. He pushed that one across Trickett, and he got the edge. So clever bowling. What he's going to do now is can he just be able to, well, they Condon being another left-hander, but can he just get one to nip away on that same leg from Matty Condon? Put the cat amongst the pigeons. For
Exactly
you ACT
right.
people.
Exactly.
Jeff Bartlett.
It's going to be nice and quiet.
That's a good delivery too. Mate, asked a huge question.
I mean, they were one in the previous match up against
the Aces. They beat the Wranglers.
The Wranglers.
Yep.
They were one down then as well, but they consolidated very quickly in that match. It'll be interesting to see how they go up against the Mac Attack.
The Mac Attack. They certainly attack with the bat. They just blew early wickets after a great start. So Dan Bailey up now, and that's almost another nick behind. So very nagging length there.
Slashing outside the off stump.
And Matt Condon just was millimetres away from nicking that through to the keeper.
Truly just trying to pick up from where he left off in the previous innings. We need to just settle and work our way into it.
So it's been no runs off the bat. It's 1 for 2, a wide down leg side, a wide outside the off stump from Dan Bailey in a very interesting, challenging first over. Comes in again, and this time he's wrapped him on the pads. Big shout. Might have got him just outside leg stump.
I think you're right there, Robbie. I think that's sliding down leg side. There it is.
Yeah.
My outside,
Pitched outside leg,
line.
yeah.
It did, really.
Yep. Good umpiring from umpire Glazebrook, I think, down that end, is it?
Not sure why there was an appeal, really, Robbie.
Worth a try. Didn't want that far out. So, now Condon here is just coming out of his crease a bit.
I've seen a lot of that.
Can Bailey just bring one back the other way? That'll be the big trick for him here, and he can't. But that does complete a very good over. Excellent start. With only 127 runs to defend, ACT Aces after the first over are 1 for 2. And there's a replay of that first wicket.
Yeah.
Good catch by Hainsworth. And he
very good.
Feet got stuck a little bit there, slow to move. But what he did do well, Jeffrey, he actually kept his hands off the ground. He got in a nice balanced position and let the ball come to him, took it very softly in the end.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for clearing that up.
There you go. So, the Hobart Hurricanes are ticking along at no wicket for 71 off 7 in the game against the Adelaide Strikers. So that's looking good for the Sixers, not looking as good for the Thunder. Thunder if Hurricanes get beat, Thunder are guaranteed of playing finals. And if Hurricanes win, Sydney Sixers get the double chance. So Matty Willett is going to be the opening bowler from the
Randwick end, I believe.
I like that, the Randwick end. Willett bowls to Bartlett on a pair. And Bartlett
There we go.
gets bat on ball this time.
I like it.
So he's just, let's get a few nervous
If he gets going,
tummy
Robbie,
butterflies out.
Yeah, it's going to be lots of fun. Seen him bat a couple of times and very impressed.
He can just take a game away from him in a couple of overs, big Ethan Bartlett. Matty Willett runs up at him now. Bartlett will pull this one away. Mistimed it. Oh, shy at the stumps. Now Bartlett will get off the mark. After the throw from mid-wicket was a good one. Hit the stumps, but they get an overthrow. And sometimes I wonder about that rule. It seems a bit harsh at times.
Penalises the fielding side. It really does, doesn't it?
Then again, if you hit the stumps and out of the ground, you get your wicket. So
Yep.
well done there by Robbie Trickett. He got back and good awareness to call him through for a run there. I'm not sure that a bowl short like that again to Ethan Bartlett. He might have got away with that one as our producer points to the Bill O'Reilly stand and about the second tier up where it might land next time. Willett this time bowls to Trickett. Trickett on leg stump, gets hit on the pads, no run. So just a bit of a nervous start for the Canberrites. Is that what we call you guys up down that way?
Canberrans, Robbie.
Canberrans. All right.
Yep. No, I agree. A little bit of a nervous start, but who can blame them? It's not every day you get to play on the SCG.
Geez, a lot of people. You're a Queenslander, Jeff, moving to
Proud.
Canberra.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Yeah.
But coming to a winning state.
Now Trickett advances down the wicket, but can't get it away. On the first bounce, it goes to short mid-wicket. Do you often... Oh, sorry, Condon. Condon on strike, not Trickett. Trickett's gone already. Yeah, he's gone. Matty, he's not back. So there's, thanks for our producer pointing that one out. Condon. So 6 balls and he's not off the mark. Just getting a little bit edgy here, I reckon, at the moment. Now, this time he's off the mark with a beautiful lofted drive wide of cover for 4 runs. 1 for 7.
Well, that changed it very quickly, didn't it?
I was just going to say, Jeff, do you often slap yourself around the chops a bit when you wake up on a cold Canberra morning in July and think, this is not Queensland?
Yep, I do a lot.
Yeah.
It is a place that that cold just goes straight through. It really does. Off Lake Burley Griffin.
Oh, yes. Here's Willett and Condon. Oh, he just got cramped for room there.
Try to get home back to Queensland at least a couple of times a year.
And that finishes 2 overs down. That's good stuff so far from the boys out from Lake Macquarie with a 1 for 7 just off the 2. That's an excellent start.
It is. It was an interesting one from a Canberra point of view watching the Raiders this year too with the was it the 6 more controversy?
6 more. Oh yeah, in the grand final. Yeah, you probably need to move on.
It was a very quiet time in Canberra at that point.
Yeah, you probably need to move on from that, mate. So to refocus the new year. A lot of us AFL blokes here in the box really couldn't give a stuff about that, mate, to be honest. Don't start talking AFL and pro. Why did they do it, Robbie? Martin Groney, of course, a very parochial tiger. You wouldn't know they had 20 years of mediocrity, would you, though, just the way they bounced back? 37, was it? 37-year-old. Good on him. I'd be up and about too. Here comes Bailey. He bowls to Bartlett, and he can't get that one away either.
Do you think a little bit frustrated there?
He's just looking for one boundary ball, I reckon, Ethan Bartlett.
It's all he needs, I think.
Yeah, yep. Scary man to bowl. He might have, thought he might have got that a little bit higher up in the body there, but whoa. He's eyeing off that deep Mick-Wicket boundary.
He really is, the crowd down there.
Yep. It's a long one out there, though. If he gets 2 square, we've got a man at deep square leg. I reckon, that fine leg's definitely too fine down there. He's going to bring him around a lot.
Yep.
I'd be even thinking about square leg coming a bit straighter too. So here comes Bailey. Bowls down to Bartlett. And he went for a pull shot. It was a good delivery from Bailey, a little bit quicker. And just a nervous start here from Ethan Bartlett, hasn't he? He's probably lucky he didn't hit that. It probably would have went where fine leg was before. So Bartlett 1 off 4, Condon 4 off 8. Trickett's already back in the pavilion, caught behind. And Bailey bowls to Bartlett. Bartlett this time, skied in the air. This is a big play. Getting under it, the man at square leg takes the catch. Massive wicket. Absolutely for the Mac attack. A good catch down there on the boundary. Trying to see who it is down there. Gee, it was a ripper. It was well judged, showed great composure, and it is good night for Ethan Bartlett.
They persisted with that length. I was surprised that they were going to continue with that, but it has paid dividends.
And it is a very nice catch right in front of the face. Yep.
It looked like it was swirling around up there too, so well done.
So we're just trying to work out who the man who took that catch. I don't think it was Bills. He's more of a lighter. It might have been
Corey Brown.
Corey Brown, yeah. So, excellent. That's how Daniel Arms it is. Who took the catch. The man at deep square leg. Yeah, beautifully taken.
We get there in the end, Robbie, don't we?
So, here we go. Reece Healy coming to the crease. So, that's a real contrasting starts from both innings here. The Mac attack, though, are away, off and running at no wicket for 41 after 4 overs. And into the third over, ACT Aces, 2 for 7. And Ethan Bartlett back in the pavilion. And also, we've already had Robbie Trickett go. So, Condon, big job for him now.
Massive job, Robbie, massive job. But Healy, no slouch with the bat indeed.
Yeah, and the big thing Canberra have got in their favour, the ACT Aces, is the batting depth. So they'll be able to take this game very deep. There's no point will the attack boys be able to really relax here.
His average at this year, Robbie, 65.
Yep. Bailey now bowls to Condon, and they're going to get a run here. Well done by Healy. Scampers through for a single. So Bailey's got good figures, just 2 for 3 in his second over. He's working hard, the big fella. I reckon he probably will bowl the 4 straight. Yep, and then probably have a spell. This might just wander back down to the bleachers. But he's doing a great job here at the moment for Lake Macquarie attack. Bowls now again. Reece Healy, he has his first ball of his finals day. And a direct hit on the stump's a good one. They'll get an overthrow here. It costs them a couple of runs, but you've got to admire the way they're going about it in the field at the moment. Healy coming off a double ton, is that right?
Yeah, 217, I think.
In club cricket recently.
Yeah, for Ginninderra Cricket Club.
Ooh, the old Tigers.
Yeah, that's the Tigers.
Yeah. Having a pretty good run of it at the moment, I think, late up. The Ginninderra Tigers have been a bit of a, not sort of slow build, but a steady rise.
Also the reigning Premier Cricket Club of the Year.
Ah, they are too.
Yeah, the CA Awards in Melbourne last year.
Yeah, hats off to them.
Yeah, Mark Deaker.
Nice, Gary. Now, short. Might be a catch. It is a catch. Gone. Another wicket falls. Healy's gone. I'm not sure if it's disappointment of the failure or he reckoned he mightn't have gloved it. But the Aces are in big trouble. 3 for 10. Have a look at this one, Jeff Bartlett. Did he get a bat on it? Oh, yeah. I reckon he has to.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Robbie.
Yep. We will soon have a replay. This will probably tell more. Or did it glance his helmet? Yeah, this is a tight one here. So might have just flicked the peak of that helmet, or might have been a little top edge there too. Could have been two.
Whatever the result, it's going to test the Aces' depth now.
So coming to the wicket now is Tom Vane Tempest.
Wicket keeper.
Yeah, keeper's been good behind the sticks.
Very good.
So 3 very good batsmen on the way back to the pavilion.
Tom Van Tempest, though, Robbie, has been enjoying a career best season with 455 runs at 41.5 at the moment. So there's plenty of runs behind these boys at the moment.
Yep, they just need a bit of consolidation here because the target they're chasing is it's one that they can, as I said, they're going to run this game deep. Even if they're only 40 runs after 10 overs, that's not an issue. They've got to have wickets in hand. But they keep saying they do bat deep, the Aces. Yep. And they're going to have to. The slow bowlers haven't even come into play yet either. Here we go again now. That's a nice shot worked around the corner there by Matty Condon, who made 71 not out, don't forget, in the previous game.
I think he's going to have to do something similar, Robbie.
And what about the figures of Bailey? 3 for 5.
Oh.
Sensational.
That's going to look good on your resume anywhere.
Well, he might be about to find out. As Willett runs in now. On leg stump. There's a bit of a peel. That's one's indicated where the ball ended up. It's square leg. It's going down the leg side.
And leg buys.
Brings Matty Condon on strike. This might rein him in a little bit. A little bit of banter going on there between Condon and the keeper. Sure it was all friendly.
I'm sure it was.
Willett now bowls to Condon. He runs at him. Charges at him, but can only hit it. And there's a misfield, but they won't cost them a run.
I'm sure they're just interested in catching up for beer after the game. I would
that
have thought.
Was the context of it. And Jeff, if you are going to have a beer after the game?
If you're going to have a beer after the game, make sure you have a plan B.
Absolutely. Got to have a plan B. Grab a taxi, Uber,
walk
a mate,
if you have to. Absolutely.
Walk, swim, whatever you got to do.
Yep. That's it's the only way to do it, especially after a big Australia Day.
Yeah, don't get in the car. It's just not worth it. Willett, he's doing a good job too. Comes in now, and Condon, guides one past the keeper. I think it was a pretty good shot, and it will go for 4 runs. A nice little circuit breaker there for the Aces to get a boundary.
Circuit breaker, that's a really good way of describing it. It's just been building the pressure there, hasn't it?
Look at this now. No, that's a good, deliberate shot.
Oh.
Yep. As I said, with 71 not out in the previous match.
He's going to have to do a lot of that again. I just can't see them, honestly, winning without Matt Condon putting in a big one again.
So he's on strike, facing Willett now. And this time he drives it, clips it, down to fine leg.
Reminiscent of Naomi McDonald in the women's game, I think. It's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
have to be
right.
a lot like that.
Yep. Yeah, she wasn't dismissed, was she, for the
No, so she
whole
was
day?
an impressive young lady.
130-odd runs for the day.
Yep. And it was warm too, so that's showing fitness there, which is should never go underappreciated. That.
So to complete 4 overs, it'll be Willett, and he's bowling to Vane Tempest, who drives it nicely into the covers. No run. Shot the stumps, another direct hit. Gee, they're not missing too many there. And that does complete the 4th over. 3 for 17. Now in comparison, at this stage, no wicket for 42 were
that's where they lost. That's where they lost their first wicket, though, at 42. So.
Yep.
What did Bailey finish with? 3 for 5.
3 for 5, Beetle Bailey. And he's still going.
He's on now. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to bowl out here. I think his next victim could be a nice, refreshing lubricant, I reckon, for Mr. Bailey.
But
after he finishes his stint here.
And he'll have a plan B, I am sure of it.
He will have. Gee, can he get one more wicket? Imagine a 4-for in a final at the SCG. Bailey runs up. Condon charges him. And it is well bowled by Bailey. He saw him coming. And he was able to negate him.
I'm absolutely sure I don't know as much as the great Bruce Whitehouse, but
his
his hobbies, well, Bailey's hobbies are golf and fatherhood.
Yep.
There's no long walks on the beach or anything, any macrame
expert. Knitting.
But fatherhood, that's a good hobby.
Yep. It's a busy one.
Very.
Lifelong. Yes, lifelong. Thank you very much from our producer. Oh, here's a nice clip. Or is it? It's straight down the throat of mid-wicket. Under it. Takes a catch. Goodness me. That is 4 wickets to Bailey. All 4 wickets. The aces are in all sorts of bother. 4 for 17. And this is just turning into a nightmare, Jeff Bartlett. 4 big batters gone. And look at this. This is a pressure catch. Sitting underneath it. And just beautifully taken. Ooh, look at that. So yeah, Timmy Cox is up and about, the coach down the boundary line.
He must have had some special words for his team when he went down after his time in the com box.
Hasn't he? What? That's a great catch.
I'm a little bit speechless, Robbie. I don't know what to say at the moment.
Yeah, you just,
He's remonstrating with himself.
Matty Condon not happy. New batsman now is Nick Brose. Now, this is a good player too. Neil McDonald's back in Newcastle. And obviously he's fed his dog Scooby. And now he's found his way to be able to hook up the brilliant coverage from the Bar TV boys into his lounge room. I think the cook's away, I think. So Mac is just going to settle in, probably have he likes to enjoy a nice little red. He's at home. He doesn't have to worry about a plan B. He's already home safe. Fed the dog and settle in and watch what could be a thrilling finish.
He's home alone too, I think, tonight. So
that's a worry. Jeez, goodness me. Look out, Newcastle! So Bailey's still got 4 deliveries to go. Can he get himself a 5th wicket?
As the kids say, he might get a little bit lit tonight.
No, actually, you're right. Yeah, he could get anything. Bailey could get anything here. You're right, MG, the producer. He's got another over after this. I tell you, this is not the worst start to a final from a team. The inaugural winners of the comp, the Border Bullets, after 7 balls in their final, they were 4 for 4 after 7 balls. And they went on to post 130-odd and won the game.
I just had Chris Griffin.
Oh, yes, Griffo.
Message in saying that an indoor cricketer is humiliating the aces at the moment. So there you go. He's a massive indoor cricket fan.
Nick Brose on strike for the first time, gets a wide down the leg side. Actually, just Bailey now, I reckon he's probably bowled 3 wide, so only 3 runs off the bat. He's got 4 for 6, and he's only in his 3rd over. So the ace is 4 for 19, but if you look at it, it's still 109 runs off 93 balls. They do bat deep. Young Josh Dane still hasn't batted yet. He made a
big
century.
raps on Josh Staines too.
Yeah, he made a century in club cricket yesterday. Bailey. And tucked up there is Bros. Shot the stumps. Gee, they're full of confidence, aren't they?
And why wouldn't they be, Robbie?
So the Hobart Hurricanes are just coasting along here. They're no wicket for 110 off. How many overs is that one? 11. That's 10 and over, I believe. Hope the Strikers have got their batting game tonight. They haven't got their bowling game there. Buff Lehman must be bowling on Terry Jenner still. Why are they going about it? Yeah, Bailey on target and it's stroked out the point. Shy at the stumps. Well backed up. Look at the energy in the field. 3 players backing up. Even the man from the boundary came in towards the circle. That's good energy, Jeff Bartlett. That's why they're on top of your boys at the moment.
It's amazing what happens when you have 4 wickets down, Roy McKinlay.
Yeah, it gives you a bit of up and about, doesn't it?
I'm not surprised, but...
Geez, I tell you what. That hits, and it's good night, nurse. Whew. Well, you fell short in the women's final, Jeff. I don't need to keep reminding you of that.
No, it's fine, Robbie. We'll just...
Gee, the men's here, has been a tricky start. Bailey, short ball, pulled away. He hasn't picked him out, has he? Yes, he has, but it's on the first bounce.
It's heart in your mouth stuff, right?
It was. You are sinking in your chair there. That is 5 overs down. It's 4 for 21, and we've got a big finish coming up here. ACT Aces throughout the last couple of years in this in the Plan B Regional Bash have found themselves in trouble, but they've been able to get out of it. So don't give away the ghost yet, young man.
No, absolutely not. What do you think?
Don't start heading back to Queensland now, mate.
I would never dream of it.
Of course you would.
I would. What do you think Cole Piper would be saying, or what would he say to the boys right now?
I think Kyle Piper's more preparing what he'll say to the CEO of ACT Cricket if they get beat here. You know,
really
about his future. You know. There's got to be repercussions out of this.
Shout out to James Allsop if you're listening.
No, James will be fine with him, and
yep.
Kyle's good. No, look, that's the nature of T20.
Yep.
You know, it's the nature of the game. You can't get too hooked up on it.
And these boys know what to do. They have to go back to their basics.
Yep.
I mean, that's just the key to most sports, right from the start. Go back to your basics. Know what you know what you have to do. You just have to execute. It takes patience sometimes.
It does. Here's Cahill. He's just got a knack of taking a wicket, this boy, too. Aidan Cahill. Comes in, ooh, off leg stump, a nice shot. Played out to the deep. They won't come back for 2. Very aggressive in the field out there, haven't they?
Yeah. Off the bat, I thought there was 2 for sure.
Yep.
But excellent fielding. Who was that out in the deep there?
The same man who took the catch out there before. Just trying to get a look at the number on the back. Lights are starting to take effect here, Jeffrey.
Yep.
It might be the Jedi, is it?
Nice sunset over there to the...
Bros. Nick Bros got really tightened up for room there. You just see the energy in that field. The players are just swarming around everywhere there when they get the opportunity. It is. Jed Dixon's the man who took the catch out there. And
that's the one they call Jedi out here.
Yep.
I've been learning
That's
today.
him. Return of the Jedi. And Cale's made a good start. Bowling now to Bros. Bros clips it beautifully. A left-hander's bread and butter. As that one trickles down to the boundary. And will it get there? No, it won't. Massive chase from Big Beetle Bailey. He's left a divot in the ground there like a bunker at St Andrews, but he saved 1 run. Well done, big fella. That was sensational.
That was an absolute ripper of an effort. But as you say, that's a huge divot down there. There's some work to be done.
Isn't it? So you take a drop if you landed in there. That's
ground under repair, I would have thought.
Gee, you are. But that's just great enthusiasm from Bailey and the Mac attack side. Now this time, ball just gets pushed for a single, and this is all they got to do for a while. Near the Aces, just work it around.
Don't lose sight of that. I think you're completely onto it there. Take the single when you can. Rotate the strike.
Look at here it is. Here's a
we
replay.
go.
Have a look at the big fella here. Bang!
Hey, there we go.
Double knee drop.
Gentle. I would call that gentle.
It was ferocious attack on the turf. He dropped both knees into it. Great fielding. Yeah. Can he come up for another over after that effort? That's the big question. Of course he can. He's got 4 for already.
Those fielders up on their toes. They're creeping up, putting pressure on the batters. It's impressive to watch.
It's brilliant stuff. Why wouldn't you be up and about? Not every day of the week you get to play on the SCG under lights in the final regional bash, the Plan B.
See what they got for the final one on the power play here.
Now, up now, driven. Straight into the stumps. Oh, it's just not going the way of the ACT Aces at the moment. That was a lovely shot there from, I think it was Van Tempest. Van Tempest who played the shot.
I think Lake Macatac, they're hitting to the stumps, and even when they're not hitting it, the Aces are hitting them themselves.
You're riding every up and down on this, Jeff. I've got some concerns about you.
You know me, Robbie. That's what I do.
Let's get this man a stiff whiskey, I think.
Hard on my sleeve.
Now, what's happening here? No, Bailey is not going to bowl out his final over.
I thought you were going to say it was one of those other Canberra meetings that we always seem to have.
Yes. Now, number 7 here, and he bowled well in the first game in the Sixers conference final. And how's our man? It's Aaron Bills. Yep.
Billsy.
Yeah. And is he, look at, how nice that number 14 down there. Just replacing the divot. A man representative from the ground staff said, thank you very much for that. Ryan Van Kemenade.
Well done, Ryan.
Yep. Bailey's down the boundary line here. He's having sucking the guts out of a bit of Gatorade or something. As he woofed that into him. All clear. Yeah, what a great spell. 3 for 6 from that 4 for 6 from Bailey from that spell. He's given the hands a bit of a dry on the ground now, and there's a lot of work going into this field placement here, Jeff Bartlett. The stakes are high. Now, what's going on here? What is going on here? Oh, mate. Oh, down behind the side screen, was he? Now, here we go.
What's happening here, Robbie?
I think the keeper's looking for a helmet. Is he? Yeah, got to be. And helmet he's got. They're coming from everywhere for him. One's going to take his cap. One's going to give him a helmet. There we go.
A cuddle and a kiss while we're down there as well.
Yep. Meanwhile, Billsy is just he dropped it, tweaking the ball from hand to hand, getting a bit of rip in the fingers. Big couple overs coming up here. The Aces have got to get through the halfway mark with no more wickets. Can't afford to lose one more, Jeff Bartlett. Billsy bowls. Oh! Flash outside off stump. Look at this. He was excellent in the first game. Did not move a millimetre. Played for the spin. Now, Bills this time. Bit shorter. And Bills is going to have to chase his own work here. And they're going to go. Yes, no. They'll go back. And another hit. Don't know how many times they've hit the stumps. And be probably up around 5 or 6. No run-outs. Only putting the fear of God into the batters, though. Cox is down there alongside the boundary. Is that talking to Bruce White? Is that Bruce Whitehouse encroaching on the ground there? The cameraman down in front of the members stand there, please, boys.
Absolutely.
When you get a chance. Bruce Whitehouse just been up here in the comm box. Now he's down there. Now he moves his foot back. Well done, Bruce. Talking there to Tim Cox, the coach. Shorter ball. Oh, that didn't bounce.
That didn't bounce at all, did it?
No. Not much in that at all. So there, we can just see down that boundary there, Cox and Whitehouse going, look at him. As he put his foot over, he's obviously tapping his foot. I'm sure there's a bit of nice music being played there. He loves a bit of Bruce Springsteen or a bit of Bee Gees. Now short ball, pulled away. Down to square leg. I'm sure one of our producers will probably alert Bruce that he's on camera.
Sure it's not a bit of Morse code that he's trying to pass out there? I'm not sure.
It could be. He looks up here to the commentary box. Look at him. He's pointing the finger at me. I think that's a finger. You generally don't use the middle finger for that type of thing, but anyway. So all good. Not Nick Bills, Aaron Bills. 4 for 29. Just held up a little bit. It goes out to mid-wicket for a single. So the Aces are just working your way back into it.
Well, just having a look at the required rate. Nothing untoward there. 7.4.
Yep.
98 to win off 79 balls. So there's nothing to panic about. It's just about consolidation right now. And
They're wearing it down. Bills, another good delivery. Just cut away. I like the way these two batsmen are going about it here. And another good throw into the stumps. Ends the over. An excellent one from Aaron Bills. So after 7 overs, requiring 128 for victory, it is 4 for 31. That equation is simply, more simple terms, they need 97 off 78 balls. Jeffrey?
Completely gettable. I'm feeling confident.
Yep. Whitehouse continues to thrash the ear of Tim Cox down there in the side. None for 136, the Hobart Hurricanes. Is that 14 overs? 13.1. So they're really racking up a big score there. Wade and Darcy Short going crazy. Matt Wade on 89 off 42 balls. Gee whiz. She's up for grabs, the old BBL title.
It's been a good year, hasn't it?
Yeah, great year. Great year. The
Really
women's
tight.
was unbelievable. The WBBL standalone for the first time. Sensational. And then the BBL. Yeah, brilliant finish coming up. I reckon they got the concept right. Now, Cahill. Flashing shot. Through point. That'll be 4 runs. Brilliant shot there from Vane Tempest. And that's a little bit of an ease the squeeze a bit, Bardo.
Absolutely. Beautifully struck there.
You just had a quick glimpse there of the that ball went over the boundary. You'll see here the Plan B Regional Bash Trophy that we're playing for here today. You'll get a glimpse of it. Look at that there. Just glistening there in the late evening.
Beautiful.
Look at it. That's it.
It's what we're playing for.
Playing for that. Take it home to those
Thunders
ACT officers.
versus Sixers.
Now this time on leg stump and clipped away again nicely. There'll be no shy at the stumps on this occasion.
Nice running there.
Yeah, it's been more of a northern situation with the Plan B. That did take a photo of the winners of that earlier in the evening. And we will go over that shortly. Previous winners of the Plan B Regional Bash. The very first one, of course, is the main one, I thought. And that's driven nicely by... Oh, he's hit it. There's confusion here. Look out. Direct hit and miss. So just talk us through that on the replay, Mr. Bartlett, while I just go back through previous winners.
I have a funny feeling at the moment they can't get out of their own way at the moment. On
Look
the
at that.
back of on the ankle there, on the foot.
They nearly shook hands with each other. Look at them. But then... Very smart, though, by Vane Tempest. He made sure he ran in front of his stumps.
Some nice footwork.
Now, in comes Cahill, bowls, and hit away down to third man. Bailey comes around quickly. He's got a good arm on him. Look at that. Beetle Bailey gets it back. Not one of the great throws. All right, previous winners of the Plan B Regional Bash. Actually, at the moment, it's 2-all. 2-all between Sixers. The Border Bullets took out the inaugural one. Then it was the Arana Outlaws. Then it was Newcastle Blasters, and the Newcastle Blasters, and then the Central Coast last year. So it's 2-all. This will decide supremacy of country cricket. Goodness me. Cahill wide down the leg side. And you just sense a little bit of a momentum shift here, Barty, don't you?
You really do. I mean, that balls like that just take the pressure off a little bit.
So
he's been bowling well, really all day. Cahill, some
good young cricketer. Partnerships around the 20 at the moment, so they're building it. They're going about it in good fashion. 89 off 74. Cahill bowls to Bros, and Bros off the pad, I reckon. They'll only get the one leg by. And the umpire says yes, was a leg by. I thought the umpire's signalling of leg by has been excellent today, Jeff. Almost a perfect 90-degree angle on the leg.
I have, and I've learned a lot from Bruce Whitehouse today about the wonderful work our umpires do. So
bit of insight from Bruce.
It's a special insight.
He continues to put his foot over the boundary down there at deep third man.
I think we need the message out there.
Pull him back a bit. Oh, attempted pull shot. Did he nick it? No, he didn't. The bouncers work well for the Mac attack so far. So, we're getting down to the business end. 8 overs gone, and it is 4 for 40. We have got Martin Garoni and Jay Guthrie just warming up in the background. They'll be keen to bring home the Sixers team here. coming from that neck of the woods.
Just get the feeling it's going to be a tight finish, don't you?
Although it is.
We're bringing the A team to finish the game off.
In a couple of interesting codes. We've got one from Dedarang in northeast Victoria, and we've got another one from Swan Hill out in the Mallee, out in the Never Never of northwest Victoria, I suppose. So a couple of interesting coves who've found their way up to northern New South Wales up into Coffs Harbour. They've found a beach and somewhere a bit more friendly climate in the winter.
You can't blame them, really, can you?
Can't blame them. No.
But I hear the place to be is down Albury way.
Oh, yeah, Marty was down there for a while. He loved it down there. Yeah.
He did move, though,
God's
didn't he?
country. No, he grew up in a beautiful part of the world. You've probably never heard of Dedarang, have you?
I feel like I'm missing out somehow. You're about to tell me why it's wonderful.
It's just a nice part of the world. They're just beautiful country in northeast.
Nestled on the Kiewa River.
Yeah, nestled in the Kiewa River, not too far from Mount Beauty.
I've been there. That's
far from
gorgeous.
the ski fields of northeast Victoria too.
Done a bit of road climbing, bike climbing up Mount Beauty and up Falls Creek way.
I heard you've done a bit of riding up that way. And got on the bike every now and then as well, Jeff, which is fantastic.
I do love riding my bike. Try to avoid the road rage that happens far too often these days.
Yeah, lack of respect for you blokes. Here's big shout for LBW. He wants it, and he doesn't get it.
Oh, that was close, Robbie.
Yeah, I think he's come up with the right call.
He's got a long.
Let's have a look at it. Is it stump to stump? It's actually probably caught him in the groin as much as anything. Maybe just missing leg stump, off stump.
What about the height?
Well, maybe missing leg and off stump at middle. You're in big bother, baby. No, I think fair call. I think sometimes we can get emotionally stirred up in that situation.
We can.
What about the appeal? I'd love to see a replay of that appeal from Billsy.
Billsy was just letting him know.
Yeah, no uncertain manner.
Terms.
Yep. It was a thunderous appeal. He wanted it bad, didn't he? And he got disappointed. To finish off a good over, a full toss, but it's only cost a single. So, not too much damage done there.
Just because you want something doesn't mean...
Nearly a run out, Jeff. Gee whiz, sorry, I took my eye off the play there for a second. I yelled in your ear.
That's all right.
And that was 4 for 44 at the end of that over. It all happened that over. Now, is this the bit? No. Let's have a look at this replay of the run out here. I was just relaxing to call the end of the over and thought I'll just mark that down. Look at this throw. This just misses off stump. Look at that.
Oh.
Direct hit. Good night, nurse. They've been hitting the stumps all night, and then when it came to the main one, they missed it. So
we took our eye off the ball, to be fair.
We did. I'll tell you also, I forgot to give the running score over before, but how many off that over? Oh, we'll say 3 or 4. We go with 4 for 40. So it's 4 for 44 as Guthrie and Garoni start to warm up.
So we don't need to stand on one leg or anything with 4 for 44. That's not...
Nah.
No, that was...
Nah.
Who was that?
Dickie Bird.
Dickie Bird.
No,
that's right.
Shep.
Shep.
The great Shep.
Is that 222?
Hey, guess who's back, boys?
Oh, Bailey.
No.
Oh.
Mr. Newcastle, Bob Hudson.
Is
Good
he
old
back?
Bobby's back.
The archaeologist.
Yeah, well, his real name is Nathan Hudson, but we've called him Bob Hudson. We've called him Rock Hudson. Peter Hudson, the great goal kicker from Hawthorn. You probably never heard of that, have you?
Oh, yeah, my uncle's Kevin Bartlett, so...
He's not.
I've just been keeping that quiet for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
I didn't get any of the talent whatsoever.
Serious?
Deadly.
Wow. There you go. So KB, the review, you're just pulling my leg. I'll go with it, mate. Love a good story.
He was a good rugby league player, right here.
Yeah. No, KB was an absolute little gun. Righto, here we go. Hudson comes in, and it's worked out to deep mid-wicket for a single. And question from
Macca.
a Macca from Newcastle. Just thinking that LBW was pretty close. I think that's the message he's trying to get through to us.
I'm not sure how he could tell that.
So Macca might just have another little red at home. Make sure Scooby, maybe Scooby the dogs, just give him another bit of pal, the pal meaty bite or a little smacko. And away he goes. Rock Hudson comes in and he puts it on leg stump. And Nick Brose just works it nicely. So good job here for Nick Brose and Van Tempest. They're doing a great job here for the Aces. And they've got themselves out of trouble before. Jeffrey, my boy. Now, what do you got there for me? You better be good. You've searched hard and wide for this. Give it to me. Give it to me, baby. Come on.
It wasn't that good, except you've just been giving nicknames out left, right, and centre, and he's simply Hutto.
Oh, yeah.
Or Fudd.
Fudd. I reckon there'll be a bit of Googling of Bob Hudson going on the trip home for the Mac Attack boys. Now, this time it's cut away beautifully there by Brose, but just the one run. His dad, of course, was coaching the Arana. Not the Arana, it was the Central West Wranglers. Yeah, pretty plumb from here, says Macca from Newcastle.
Who is this Macca from Newcastle?
Don't know. He's a loose cannon, I think. Van Tempest scores a little single there. So that will complete the halfway point of the innings. So a good over that one. What was that? 11 off it. So at the halfway point, it is 4 for 55, if you don't mind. Chasing 128 for victory. Jeff, thank you very much, mate.
Thanks for having me, Robbie. It's been an absolute
week,
pleasure. I'll sign off and good luck to the Aces.
There's a couple of Sixers lads coming in. Marty Garoni and Jay Guthrie is the next voice you will hear.
Thanks, Robbie. Billsy still continuing on with his leg spin. Punched down by Van Tempest down to long on for a single. So they're starting to get a bit of a partnership going here, Jay, and they're going to need these two to bat the bulk of the rest of this innings.
They are, Marty, and the Northerners are back. And as you know, winter is coming.
So Bill's in again, bowling to Brose this time. Floats that one up, flicked away nicely on the leg side out to the deep fielder. And they just trot through for another single. They're doing pretty well here, and they're picking up at least a run a ball at the moment. And obviously got that big boundary away in the previous over. So they're going to be looking to get more of those as they go. Brose now bowling to Van Tempest. Cuts it away, and that'll be another single.
Both batters going at about a run a ball, Marty. Good consolidation phase.
Absolutely, a really good little partnership this, and they're doing a good job for the Aces after those 4 quick wickets at the start of the innings, really putting them under the pump. And Brose and Van Tempest doing a really good job here as he comes in and bowls to Brose and punches that one down. Misfield by the bowler. They're going to look for two. No, nice piece of fielding there from Ryan Van Kennemade, and he's cut that back to just a single. Brucey Whitehouse keeping very close eye on proceedings there on the side of the boundary. He's managed to keep his feet off the field for the moment, so doing a good job as Bills bowls. And again, punched down to the long on for a single. So run a ball at the moment is not doing them too much harm. They only require 7.4 runs per over, so these two are doing a really good job for their team. And as long as they can sort of keep that run rate down around about that sort of 8, no more than 9 probably. Bills comes in, pitched up, just dabbed into the covers there for a single. So, evenly poised now, I think, after a really good start from the Lake Mac attack, and they were right on top with 4 early wickets. It's probably evenly poised just over the halfway mark, 4 for 61. They require a further 67 off the last 9 overs.
Definitely think the attack here need a wicket. Things getting away from them fractionally.
Yes, another wicket will put them right in the frame, I think, at 5 down and only 5 wickets in hand. And as it has been said, this ACT Aces does have a very deep batting lineup. So Hudson coming in for his second over. And a dot ball. Dot balls are gold at this stage, I think. Starts to build that pressure. And batsmen need to start thinking about where they're going to get their next run from. Comes in and bowls again. Pushes that one wider cover and trots through for a single.
Smart little tactic here. The spinners are pushing through the overs, trying to really build on that and keep the run rate down.
Yeah, getting through the overs quickly, which is exactly what the Aces did in the middle part of their innings as well when they were bowling, as they rushed through the overs and really made the batters think very quickly on their feet. We've got a deep cover, deep long off, deep long on, deep mid-wicket and deep backward square at the moment. So not a lot of gaps. He's given that a fair whack out to deep square leg and they trot through for a single.
Very simple field, Marty, but putting the pressure back on the batters to take the risk here.
Absolutely, Jay, and I think these two are probably at the stage now where they're going to need to keep moving it along a little bit. Comes in and bowls again, bowling to Bros. Comes down the wicket, just punches that one back past the bowler, and again another single. So they're not getting the ones they want to put away for a boundary, but they're also not being able to tie them down or get too many dot balls in a row. So it's evenly poised, and it's going to break one way or the other, I think, in probably the next 2 to 3 overs. Comes in and bowls again. Squirted that one out through mid-wicket. Bit of a misfield. And they're going to come back for a second. Chance of a run out here. Throw no good. Good running there for Van Tempest. Just a bit of a bobble.
Yeah, I think also here the fielding side will be a bit bothered by the change of strike to the left-hander, right-hander combination.
Making them work. Comes into bowl again. Sweep shot. He's got a nice piece of that and well cut off there. Oh, it's bounced off his knee. Are they going to look for a second? No, they're not. So well fielded there. Keeps that to a single. So 6 off that over again. So the run rate's still hovering just around that 7.5 and over. And it's going to be a challenge here, I think, for Lake Mac attack. They really probably do, as you say, need to pick up a wicket now to really put them back under pressure.
Yeah, doing it with relative ease. I think they're operating at 5.5 and over, requiring 7. One big over here and they're back in front of the ledger.
Exactly, and it really is putting the team back in the game after that, I guess, loss of early wickets, but also loss of key personnel early on. So Bills is going to continue. I think this is his 4th over.
Yeah, and I think we've just, this partnership's just clocked over to the 50.
So if you think about these guys coming together at 4 for 17 and they've just clocked up a 50-run partnership, that's a great piece of batting from these two. Yeah, 17. So Bills to continue. First ball going for a single from Van Tempest. He's 29 off 27. Bros 18 off 22. As he comes in and bowls to Bros, he's flicked that away on the leg side, looking for 2. Not coming back, so another single. So
I think the viewers want to know, when do we think Big Dan Bailey's going to be back into the attack?
It's a very good question, that one. And we're probably sooner rather than later, because they do need another wicket, I think, here. As Bills comes into bowl. Chop that one away. That's down through the keeper. Took a bit of his pad, so only the single there to short third man.
He's bowling really well here. Just rolling the fingers over it. Bit of top spin, making the ball dip just before it reaches the batter.
Tosses one up again, flicked away again on the leg side. He's just finding that fielder a bit too straight. If he could sort of get that one a little bit square, I reckon they might be able to pick up a couple out that way. But again, a runner ball is keeping that run rate well within hand, and they do have the ability to launch a little bit later on now. Mills comes in, bowls to Van Tempest. Down the wicket, big swing of that one. Inside edge onto his pad, no run.
Something we haven't seen at this stage that we've seen in the last game was a few inventive shots starting to creep into the game. Possibly the time to start creating something new.
There's definitely some opportunity, especially back behind the keeper if they want to play that sort of a shot. Sweep shot there out to the player on the boundary. And again, another single. So 5 runs coming from that over. The run rate required has crept up to 8. They probably don't want to get it too much higher than that. But another good over there from the from Bills. But also I think the Aces are probably pretty comfortable cruising along at the moment at that 5 or 6 and over with the ability to launch later on. So 4 for 72 after 13 overs, 7 overs to come, and 56 runs needed.
And just running through the batters there, we've got Vane Tempest on 31 off 30 and Bros 20 off 24. So really doing what's required for their side at this stage.
So we've got Van Tempest on strike here. Hudson to continue. He's got none for 17 off his 2 overs. Comes in and bowls. Reverse sweep there. Got it past the fielder. They'll pick up at least 2. And it'll only be 2, but a nice reverse sweep there, as you said. Trying a few different shots. That's a very nice way to get the over started there for the Aces with a couple off the first ball.
I think it's about time if they can look at these next 2 overs to just increase a fraction. They can probably afford to take the foot off a little bit after
He's played it
that.
again. He's got this one finer. Big Bailey hustling around there and keeping that to a single. That's a nice piece of fielding there from the big fast bowler. So Van Tempest definitely trying to find a few different ways to score. Left-handed Bros comes on strike now. He could probably look to maybe get one out over cover. That'd be the area I'd be looking to hit for him. He's just dabbed that one down to fine leg, third man and no run. I think out through covers would be the area for the lefty to definitely get a boundary. The leg side pretty well covered at the moment. Comes in round the wicket. He's just got that straight again, straight to the fielder at short third man. He's getting a bit frustrated there, Bros, which is probably not what the team needs. These two are doing a good job.
And just opening his stance a little bit. I don't know if that's going to help him with that shot over cover.
Comes in and bowls again. That's a full toss. He's driven that straight down the long on for a single. Yeah, and with that set up, you're quite right, Jay. I'm not sure that the shot through the covers is going to be in his repertoire. But 4 runs so far off the over with 1 ball to come. A boundary now would be very handy, I think, for the ACT Aces. Hudson's still bowling round the wicket to the right-hand batter. He's strengthened that point area with an extra fielder now as he comes in and bowls. Van Tempest down the wicket. Bunts that one out on the leg side and not going to come back for the second. It possibly could have then, I think.
Definitely need to be turning some 1s into 2s at this stage.
And again, 5 runs off that over. So they're just sneaking up to 8.5 runs and over needed now. So they're going to need a big over somewhere soon to really put themselves right in the frame going into the back end of this innings.
This is where it really gets on top of you here. That missing 1 or 2 extra off the over puts another half a run rate onto the required run rate.
Absolutely, and Van Tempest just shedding the under jersey there that he had on and finding it a bit warm out there in the middle at the moment. So time for them to free the arms, and it looks like the captain Chad is going to come on to bowl now, as he did in the first game. He came on late in the innings.
Well, the weather's still here in Sydney, Marty. 29 degrees and humidity of 55 still out there.
Yeah, so pretty hot out there. Got a bit of steam coming out of the top of the barongal stand there. So hopefully nothing too serious.
No, just a little bit of a fire brewing, Marty. Nothing too serious
Nothing
there.
too serious. I was at the MCG the day the scoreboard caught on fire, so I'm a bit nervous, but hopefully nothing too serious there. As Chad comes on to bowl, trying to finish out for his side. He's bowling right arm over the wicket, coming into Van Tempest. He's punched that one down the long off for a single. Just the one. There to Bailey, the big fast bowler, in quickly to keep that to a single.
Again, the left-hand, right-hand combination really wreaking havoc with the fielding positions here.
Yeah, they're taking their time to get it right. We've got a deep cover, deep long on, deep long off, deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg. So, again, there's an opportunity back behind the keeper if he's prepared to pay a lap shot or even walk across and flick one to the leg side. It's a left-hander, wide outside off stump, and he's mishit that and straight back to the bowler for no run.
Nice off-pace delivery there.
Chad did a very good job for his side in the latter overs in the first game, and he's started off well here with just a single and a dot off the first 2 balls. So I think Bros is really starting to get frustrated, so he needs to find a way to get himself going here. Pitched up, he smoked that one out through the covers. It's racing around there and well fielded. and they're going to come back for a second. So nice piece of fielding out there on the boundary by Van Kemenade. He's doing a good job out on the boundary for his side.
Doing a great job, and bowler here really strangling the opportunity for a boundary hit, taking the pace off, rolling the fingers over it.
Chad coming in again to bowl to Bros. Again, pitched up nicely. He's hit that one in the air. Is it going to carry all the way? No, first bounce, 2 bounces out to the fielder on the fence. Big throw back in.
So at this point here, do you think the Macquarie side need to change anything from what they're doing, put an attacking field in place?
I think they're doing pretty well. I'd like to see a little bit more hustle in the circle, so maybe not all the fielders right on the circle in the inner circle, and maybe trying to cut off a couple of those singles that they're getting too readily. Chad in again. He's walked across his stumps. He's whacked that one beautifully. Is that going to get all the way? It's bounced in front of him. He's knocked it on. They come back for 2. So, you know, a few 2s in the over is going to be just as good as a boundary, needing that 8.7 runs per over.
Again, creeping up again there, 8.7 now.
And they've got the 6 runs off the first 5 deliveries. So looking maybe to get a boundary away in the last over. Bros has hit a couple of nice shots this over, so finding the pace on a little bit easier to play. He's played a scoop, but he's only managed to hit that straight to fine leg, and that's a nice catch taken there, and that's the end of Bros. Nice piece of bowling there from Chad.
Opened up like you suggested to take on that shot, but obviously wasn't up to that one.
Yeah, just no real connection there. Nice, as you said again, nice pace off delivery. He's tried to play the scoop, and all he's managed to do is hit it straight to the fine leg, and a nice catch there taken.
I think we'll see there in the replay, Chad was pretty smart there, seen him coming early, and bowled the little chaser.
A nice catch there by Matt Willett at short, fine leg. So new batsman's going to be Josh Staines coming into bat. So again, a lot of these aces, because they won the first game so comprehensively, a lot of these aces players coming into bat for the first time and in a real pressure cooker situation where the run rate required has now crept up to 9 off the last 5 overs. It's going to be a real challenge for them.
And probably a little bit harder at the moment. The attack side of taking the pace off and not allowing the dew to maybe skid the ball onto the bat and help with the hitting.
Yeah, so they've bowled really intelligently here in the last little bit, the spinners, and then Chad, obviously, with his wealth of experience, was a very good first over for him, keeping the runs down, but also picking up that wicket of Bros. So pressure really here on.
A little bit of the late news here. We've got Josh run out Staines in.
Oh, okay.
Apparently loves a run. Let's see if his partner's up to the movement.
To the challenge. Comes in and bowls. Tries a reverse sweep. He's hit that pretty well, but straight to the fielder, and they sneak through for a single. And my mistake, that was actually Van Tempest that got out at the end of the last over, not Bros. Bros is still out there. So Van Tempest have been going along quite nicely. So this really does put a bit of pressure on Bros, who actually has been struggling a little bit to get the ball away. So he's got 24 off 30 so far, so he really does need to put the foot down. Dances down the wicket, outside edge, pushes for 1 and not going to come back for the second.
Bros probably starved of strike over the last couple of overs, so now he's the leading hand in this partnership, probably needs to take on that ascendancy and look for a boundary or 2.
It's definitely getting to that stage where they're going to need at least a boundary and over, if not 2 sometimes. It's pushed up to 9.6. Comes in and bowls. New batsman, he's pushed that around to the leg side there, and again cut off and kept to just a single. Probably just need to get that one a little bit finer, and maybe could have got a boundary there. So Staines 2 off 3 balls so far. Bros back on strike.
And the attack have done well here. It's really slowed down the run rate.
Absolutely. Gives that one a bit of air. He stroked that nicely, but straight to cover. Bros really struggling to get that ball away.
And the keeper there just pushing a couple of the fielders around.
Keeper's on the circle, push right back on the circle for the last ball of the over. He's walked across, tried to get that down the fine leg, and again, just a little tickle and only the single.
Nice little lap sweep there.
So good over there for the Lake Mac attack with only the 4 runs coming from it, and that's pushed the run rate for the first time now. It's pushed it up over 10. You know, when it started off at 6.5, this is a really good performance in the field from the Lake Mac attack to get that run rate required up over 10 for these last 4 overs. So the Aces really under the pump here. Only 4 wickets in hand.
Just looking at the equation there, Marty. 41 required off 24 balls. Dare we say super over?
Well, not sure Bruce's heart could handle that if we have to go for a super over. Brucey Whitehouse might be struggling a little bit with that one, but Chad coming into bowl now. Struck on the pad. I reckon that one's pitched well outside leg stump. Bit of an optimistic appeal, but it's only the leg by. And again, a runner ball isn't really hurting the Mac attack at the moment. They can actually afford a runner ball, and that's why all the inner circle fielders are right on the circle and making it difficult for the Aces. They've really got to hit the ball well into a gap and maybe try and hit it over a couple of infielders to get a few boundaries here.
It is, and as we talk, it's crept out the run rate to 10.4 required per over.
Chad in again, bowling. That's a lovely delivery. Jamming that in Yorker length, and all he's been able to do is chop that one down to fine leg for a single. So the skipper really putting the brakes onto the run rate here. 1 for 7 off his 8 deliveries so far, and doing a great job for his team, as he did with the bat, to steady the innings a little bit at the back end. Comes in and bowls again. Bros has smoked that one. Is that going to get all the way through for a boundary? That's a fantastic shot there from Bros. He's finally found a bit of a gap there, and he smashed that one through for a boundary. Much needed boundary for the ACT Aces, and that's getting them along. That's dragging the run rate back down again now, which is, you know, it's a lovely cover drive from the left-hander out through and to the boundary for 4 runs.
A little bit elevated, but no risk in that shot.
Chad coming in again, bowling to Bros. Well, he's tried a similar shot, just a little bit straighter this time, and fielder comes in and keeps that one to a single. 7 off the first 4 balls of this over. Another boundary here would put them in front for the over, which is what they need to do. Staines on strike. He's got 3 off 4 balls, so
we've got a few other boundary riders starting to creep in here too.
Opportunity for the batters to actually score on the reverse sweep, play and miss. Nice piece of keeping there. Marcus Hainsworth doing a good job behind the stumps, and it was the opening stand between himself and Westwood that really got them. Was it Westwood? Got them off to a start. Chad coming in to bowl again. Down the wicket, he's hit that one beautifully. Is it caught? No, bounced just in front of him. Really good effort there in the covers, and a nice pick-up on the half volley. There by Jed Dixon. He's been a gun in the field for them today.
Took a cracking catch out on the boundary rope before.
Absolutely. It was Daniel Arms and Hainsworth that got them off to a flying start with the bat, and that may yet prove to be the difference between the two teams, that extravagant opening stand that those two put on.
And with 3 overs left remaining now, there is a Michelle Pfeiffer beckoning here.
Waiting for, never know when Bailey might come back on to bowl that last over. He's got currently got the figures of 4 for 8 off 3 overs. That is just exceptional.
We've got Matt Willett back into bowl here.
Matt Willett coming on to bowl. He's got none for 11.
Interesting bringing on a bit more pace at this stage.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It can go one of 2 ways. The extra pace will make it harder for the batters to score, or if they can manage to, you know, get a few into a gap, so they can score very quickly off him. So, chance for the Aces to get, hopefully maybe get a couple of boundaries away early in and over. And we've got a bit of a committee meeting there amongst the Mac attack.
I feel we need our boundary rider, Coxie, down here to just tell us how the dew effect is affecting the surface at the SCG.
Yes, it's a bit overcast, so it could very well be coming in a bit dewy. A question from McDonald from Newcastle. Is there an Ask Marty segment? I'm pretty sure not. But feel free to fire in a question if you do have one. And Willett ready to start now. So again, we've got probably down to third man. No, we've players running around in all directions out there at the moment.
Yeah, just
taking a long time to get this field set, the late Mac attack.
So we've got a deep backward square, deep mid wicket, deep long on, deep long off, and a sweeper out at cover.
We're changing it up again. We've brought in a backward point. He's come across from mid wicket. So 3 out on the leg side, 2 on the offside, and a bit of a ring field on the offside to.
Where would you be attacking here, Marty?
I'd be trying to, I reckon if he's going to bowl wide of off stump, I'd be trying to get one out through point, I reckon could be the way to go. He's down the wicket, he's punched that one straight down to long on, and they're only going to get through for a single. Again, a nice piece of
well fielded
attacking fielding there.
Anticipated that off the rope. Come screaming in, and there was no chance of a second.
Very good piece of fielding. Nice delivery to start this new spell from Willett too. Full, there was really not a lot else the batter could do but to hit that one straight.
And again, left-hand, right-hand combination. Painful in the field.
Keeps you on your toes. Comes in and bowls. Bros, big swing at that one and no connection.
Lost his bottom hand off the bat here in this shot.
He's just struggling a little bit, Bros, with his concentration. He's been out there for a while and he's actually lost a grip on the bat then.
Might
trying
be
to hit that one too hard.
New gloves shortly.
He'll be doing the Steve Smith and calling for new gloves, I'd imagine. 32 off 16 at 2 runs per ball, creeping up. Comes in and bowls. Bros hits at that one, straight to cover. Nice piece of fielding again, and they only get the single. This is a very good fielding performance here from the late Mac attack.
Yeah, bit of a mistimed shot there again. I think he might have been trying to pull that one around to the leg side and just fraction early on it. Bring Staines on strike here. He's got 5 off 7. Comes in and bowls Willett. He's gone the scoop. Hasn't really worked for the ACT players today, or any of them. I think there was a few of those shots tried in the first innings that didn't come off. No, and funny, they keep persisting here, but there's a short 45 fielder there, specifically placed for that shot, and they just keep playing it directly to him, and an easy single.
And the bowlers, I think they're getting into position really early, and the bowlers are just taking all the pace off it, which makes a wasted shot in many ways. He's had a smash at that one. He's welded that out towards long off, and they're going to come back for 2. Throw, not sure where that throw was meant to go to. I think he was not sure which end to throw it to, and threw it to the middle of the pitch. Yep. So 2 off that ball. Really need a boundary to finish the over off to keep themselves in this. 28 to win off 13 balls. It's definitely not out of the ballpark by any means, but probably not really need to start picking up a boundary or 2. Comes in and bowls. He smashed that one straight back down the ground. Fielders both coming around, but they're going to come back for 2 again. That's a nice piece of fielding, easy back for 2. So 26 off 2 overs. And if I remember rightly, I haven't got the scores from the first innings, but I reckon they're probably a fairly similar point. Remembering that the late Mac attack did bat very well in the last couple of overs.
Yeah, and we've been lucky enough to see this side, the Aces side, warm up in their 2 games, and they can hit a ball.
Absolutely. So they're going to need a bit of big hitting in the last 2 overs, 13 runs and over. So not impossible, but a really challenging last 2 overs here for the ACT Aces to pull this game out. And what a fantastic game it's been for a final. You know, very close all the way through, ebbs and flows. Lake Mac attack got off to an absolute flyer. Looked like they were going to post something around the 160 to 170 mark. And brilliant bowling performance by the spinners, and the medium pacers from ACT dragged that back to the 127. And now we've seen that the Lake Mac attack have been very steady. 4 quick wickets, then a nice partnership, and then they've just really tied it up and bowled very, very tight lines. Chad comes in to bowl. Full Tice, he's picked that up.
He's hit that long out to long on, and he's going to, nearly a run out. Dives, gets back into his crease. That's a fantastic piece of fielding again down there by Van Kemenade. He's been an absolute gun out on the boundary for them.
Been really good. Just had a quick look back at the last game the Aces played, and they were able to achieve 12 off the last 2 overs per over. So it's definitely within their capabilities. They're going to need to play at premium here.
I was going to say that sort of brings your super over into play. The question for Marty is who's going to play the bowl the 20th over. Well, I'm not too sure. They're Mr. McDonald from Newcastle, but
surely we know the answer.
Chad's going to bowl this over, so I'm guessing it may very well be that man, Dan Bailey. Chad comes in, beautifully bowled, Yorker length delivery. Not much the batsman can do with that one. Punches out.
Pushing the 2.
Deep cover. They've come back for 2. Big appeal for an run out, not out. Oh, I'm not too sure about that. That looked very close.
This will be an interesting replay here.
I'm not too sure that he slid his bat. So, nicely bowled, cramped him up. He's punched it out to deep cover. Nice piece of fielding there. Picked up by Lowell, and a beautiful throw right beside the stumps. Oh, very close. Bit hard to see there. We didn't quite get the best vision of that one, but I think good decision from the umpire there. At full speed, that would have been very, very hard to give. Chad coming into bowl. He's walked across. He's had a big swipe at that one.
How did he not chop that on?
It's just trickled down to short fine leg for a single. Must have got a little bit of bat on it. So,
very tricky situation here now. 22 off 9.
Oh, actually didn't get anything on that one. But it's been given runs, so I'm not sure anybody had knocked them back, but big swing at that one, no connection. So Chad doing a fantastic job. He's got 1 for 17.
Yeah, the skipper really bowling the scene here and containing the runs, not leaking the boundary.
Comes into bowl again. That one's hittable. He smoked that out. And a fantastic catch, running catch taken there by Aaron Bills. He's had a good day with the ball, and he's now also taken a fantastic catch out on the boundary. And Chad picks up his 2nd wicket. And that is making it very difficult now for the Aces, needing 22 off only 8 more balls to come.
And very good bowling there. Obviously got rewarded with the 2nd wicket. He has bowled well and did deserve that.
Staines got a good piece of that one, but a nice running catch out on the boundary. Made some good ground. Took it almost on his chest. So, nice piece of fielding. And again, the Lake Mac attack have just really turned the screws right throughout the innings and made it very difficult for the Aces to get any momentum at all into their batting innings.
So we've got Scott Mearn coming into bat now.
So Scott Mearn coming out to join Bros. He's almost up to a run of ball with his batting, so he's doing his part. He just needs someone else to chip in with a few boundaries to help him out.
Well, hopefully he lives up to his bio, Marty. Powerful late innings hitter.
Well, he's going to need to do some powerful late innings hitting here to get 22 off 8, but definitely not impossible. And maybe needs to do it off one of these last 2 balls. A boundary here off one of these 2 balls at least brings it down under 20 off the last over and does make it quite possible for them to get what they need off the last over. So Chad to continue. Coming in, bowls to Bros. He's got a piece of that. As he hit it far enough, that's going a long, long way, and that's gone all the way for 6. That's a huge hit.
Great shot.
Great shot, and that's exactly what they needed, and this really does put the cat amongst the pigeons out there now.
Yeah, tough shot there. He's elevated that over deep, long off.
It's a beautiful inside-out hit over long off. The fielder did sneak in a bit too far, as you said before, Jay, and he's managed to get that one all the way over his head and over the boundary for 6. Just a replay there, and wouldn't have mattered if he was back on the rope anyway. Chad coming in to bowl the last ball of his over. He's hit that one again. That one's not quite as elevated. Diving.
What a catch.
He has taken an absolute blinder. As we said, Van Kemenade has done a fantastic job on the boundary, and that's a brilliant diving catch coming in from long on.
Slid in there and really held the elbows in. Didn't let the ball bobble out at the last second.
So they got the 10 runs off the over. So 16 runs needed off the last over. That is a brilliant catch. And to keep his elbows off the ground and hang on to it, that's a fantastic catch. And what a great piece of camera work there from the Bar TV boys to get that one. Comes in again, you can see that. Diving forward, beautifully taken. Sliding on the Dewey outfield. Match-winning catch.
What more can you say? Sensational catch to watch.
So 1 over to go, 16 runs.
We've got young fast bowler Tyler Van Loon coming in here.
So Van Leeuwen's had a good day with the ball. He's going to need to have a big over with the bat. So the two new batters, neither of them have faced a ball, so even more challenging. And bad news for them. Who's coming on to bowl?
Dun, dun.
Dan Bailey.
Tyler here is from Queanbeyan Cricket Club. Got a pretty handy average this year of 45.
He's going all right with the bat as well as with the ball. But Dan Bailey has the remarkable figures of 4 for 8, so he's definitely going to figure in the Player of the Match award, I would imagine.
Definitely, and as we've seen in his first spell, he was really capitalising on his short pitch bowling, banging it into the deck, and getting a couple of those catches in the deep.
So we're just having a look at just setting the field at the moment. So at the moment we've got a deep, I guess, extra cover, deep long off, deep long on, deep mid wicket, and a deep square leg. Short third man.
Suggesting he's probably going to keep it up here.
Backward point and a cover inside the circle. And we're just waiting to see where the skipper himself is going to field. I'd imagine it'll be inside the circle, probably on the leg side there somewhere.
Let's see how his Yorkers go.
See how he bowls a Yorker or two. Or is he going to take them on and maybe continue to bowl the way he did when he opened the under lights from regional centres. I guess a dream of most cricketers to be able to do that.
Absolutely fantastic opportunity provided.
Bailey coming into bowl. He's bowling to Van Leeuwen. Backs away, hits that one out on the leg side. They've gone through for a single. They're going to come back for 2. Good running that. Of course, our sponsors, Plan B. Make sure if you are having a drink today that you do have a Plan B to get home, whether that be in a cab or an Uber, friend to pick you up and take you home, especially on Australia Day. And remember, it's double demerits across this weekend, so drive safely.
Never underestimate, just give the boss a call. Ask for the pickup.
Sounds like a plan. Bailey coming into Van Leeuwen, 14 off 5 required. He's again jammed that one out on the leg side. They're only going to get the single this time. Nice piece of fielding. And Mitchell Lowell out there, he did a good job with the bat at the back end, and he's fielded the house down. These players from the Lake Mac attack really have put the pressure on with their fielding. They've done a brilliant job.
They have, and I tell you what, 13 off 4, it's not impossible.
Absolutely not impossible. And Mern has come on strike. Again, he was one of those bowlers in the middle bit that really put the Aces right in this game.
We have been told he can hit here too.
So he's going to need to have every piece of his ability here. He's got 4 balls to hit a couple of big boundaries. Bailey comes in to bowl. Mern. He's had a big swing at it and straight through him, and that's the 5th wicket there for big Dan Bailey. He's done a fantastic job for his team.
That's a Michelle.
5 wickets in an innings doesn't happen very often. That's equivalent of 100, and in a T20 game, you rarely see someone get 5 wickets. So a fantastic spell of bowling. A slower ball there, and it's hit the top of middle stump. You can't do much more than that.
No, and I think early call, he might have sewn it up for his team there.
It could be a match-winning effort. Well, he's definitely 5 out of 8 wickets that have been taken, and to get those 4 wickets early, knocking over the likes of Bartlett and who did he get? He got Ethan Bartlett, Matt Condon, and Robbie Trickett out. That top order that did all the damage in the first game. So he's done a fantastic job for his team, the big guy. Fielded well as well. made a bit of a divot out there at long off, but he cannot complain about his day out at the SCG. He'd be very happy with his work.
Do you reckon we're going to be able to wipe the smile off his face after this over?
Probably not, unless they can hit a couple of sixes. That will probably dull his enthusiasm a little bit. 12 for the super over off 3 balls, so 3 boundaries will get us to a super over. Bailey comes in to bowl. He's bowling to Tappy. That one's down the leg side. He's flicked that one out on the leg side. They'll get 1. Come back for a second. And now they're going to need to clear the boundary at least once to get this to a super over.
A boundary here would make it very interesting.
So, can we get it down to a boundary needed off the last over?
The field pretty well set here. All fielders in the deep on the leg side.
Tarpey coming into bowl. Bailey. Again, beautiful Yorker straight through him. That's a fantastic piece of bowling, and there's going to be a run out at the bowler's end.
They've conceded defeat here.
And that makes it almost impossible now with 11 required off 1 ball.
You can't blame the batter there.
No, you've got to try something. That's a fantastic delivery. Cramped him right up, straight through him down the leg side. Clever work by the keeper, throwing it back to the bowler, and Bailey's run back and just tipped the bails off. And it'd be interesting to see which one the umpires have given out there.
And that's an old-fashioned barbecuing.
Yep, not much you can do about that. So we have 1 ball remaining here.
Brendan Duffy
coming out to have a bat.
Bowled really well again today.
And again, another one of those that did a fantastic job with the ball in the middle overs for the ACT Aces. But this has been a very complete performance by the Mac Attack in their bowling innings. They probably let themselves down at the back end of their batting innings, but they've come out full of vim and vigour. And Dan Bailey has done a brilliant job for his side. Yep. He's got 5 for 13 off a 3.5 overs and about to finish out the game with his last delivery. Comes in and bowls. Big swing. He's got a fair piece of that. He's actually hit that pretty well, and that's gone all the way for a boundary to finish the game. But what that means is that the Lake Mac Attack finished up winners by 6 runs. Great game of cricket, right down to the last couple of balls. And Dan Bailey, I think, probably has sewn up the Man of the Match award with his 5 for 17 off his 4 overs.
Definitely, and probably a really good thing to note is this side probably didn't come in as favourites for the tournament.
Yep, that's exactly right. I think Aces probably came in favourites, especially to the final after their comprehensive performance in their Sixers conference, in their Thunder conference final. But the Lake Mac Attack have shown real grit to defend 127, which we thought probably wasn't going to be enough, and they've ACT Aces have finished at 9 for 121. So a fantastic win here. Thank you for joining us at the SCG for the Plan B Regional Bash Finals. We look forward to doing it all again next year, but thanks to the Bar TV boys. We're going to head down now to the presentation, and Robbie McKinlay will be running us through that down there on the ground. But thanks again to the Bar TV boys for all of their work. Really appreciate it. Thanks to our fellow commentators. And we will hand over now to Robbie McKinlay down for the presentations.
All right, Neil Diamond, that's enough of you. All right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll work our way into the presentation now. Just first of all, before we get on to the awards and that, a big thank you to our sponsors, obviously, with the New South Wales Government, Cricket New South Wales and their staff putting it on. Big thank you to all the volunteers, the umpires, fantastic, great day out for them. The supporters have been fantastic from all four sides today, so well done guys. Give yourselves another bit of a rev up, outstanding. The ground staff and the SCG Trust for providing the venue, and particularly the ground staff, the guys, the wicket they provided was the same one for the BBL last night. Been absolutely outstanding, a real privilege to play on it. The ground presentation, the use of the facilities is just fantastic. So without any further ado, I will ask the winners of the Sydney Thunder Conference, but unfortunately the losers of the final of the Plan B Regional Bash. I'll ask Reece Healy to come forward and just say a few words. Thanks, Reece.
First of all, thanks to Cricket New South Wales and all the officials playing the SCG in Australia Day. It's a pretty good privilege. Unfortunately, we find ourselves in the same positions last year, so it's a bit disappointing. And like that, I thought you played really well, especially the way that you bowled. It was pretty clinical, so well deserved to win.
Thanks, Reece. And but well done to the boys from the ACT Aces, and particularly skipper Reece. He's a great leader in the side. He done the boys proud, so good on you, mate. Well done. All right, before we go to the overall winners, we have a man of the match, and I think there's no doubt about who that was. An unbelievable bowling performance from Daniel Bailey. 5 for 17. Well done, Daniel Bailey, man of the match.
I'd just like to thank ACT for the good game this afternoon. It's pretty good, all the officials as well. Thank you.
Well done, Dan. Great effort. All right, now we'll ask to come forward. I think he's there somewhere. Where is he there? Yeah, Chatty, he's there. The skipper of this lot. Mate, great win. Well done to you and the lads. Done Lake Macquarie proud. A few words, mate.
Yeah, obviously like to thank crowd's been fantastic, all the support staff, officials have been thanked. The opportunity to play in this is fantastic. We don't take it for granted, and I think it's special every time. I know the boys really, really love it. To the ACT guys, you guys are a serious side. We've had some really good contests in the last two games, and I hope that continues over the years to come. And yeah, once again, thanks all the supporters that came down, Cricket New South Wales and Plan B for sponsoring.
Now, the big prize, the most sought after in country cricket, the Plan B Regional Bash prize goes to the Lake Macquarie Attack. Well done, lads. Mate, I'll get you to stay on and get you to call out the names for all the individual players come up and receive their medal from Marty Groney.
We've got Dan Arms. Nathan Hudson, Jed Dixon, Ryan Van Kemenade, Josh Westwood, Corey Brown, Aiden Cahill, Mitch Love, Aaron Bills, Dan Bailey,
crowd favourite Matty Willett. Coach Shane Burley. Manager Steve Mason.
Get yourself.
And of course we can't forget the skipper. Well done, mate. Chatty. Bring you all over, get a photo in front of the sign. Photo opportunity, I'm sure, for all. So to get a bit of consistency with the photo, let's all have a look at our man over the top of the head here. Do that for about a minute, and then it's beer time. And don't forget your plan B. Most important thing, have a plan and get home safe. Right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Have a safe trip home. Thank you for participation. It's been a great day. Thank you.